apocalypse, but that'll never happen.
But if it did, you'd be covered, sir.
But not my air conditioner.
I'm afraid not.
But his air conditioner could have been covered with a home warranty from American Home Shield, plus major components of 20 other home systems and appliances, like his electrical system, plumbing, refrigerator, and more. For valuable free information, call 1-800-900-9203. Homeowners insurance can cover what might happen.
Zombies are coming!
But a home warranty helps cover what will happen.
Now the dryer won't work.
Be sure with the Shield. American Home Shield. For valuable free information, call 1-800-900-9203. That's 1-800-900-9203. 1-800-900-9203.
Warning. If you're drowning in debt you can't afford, do not let the credit card companies trick you into thinking that you have to pay it all back, because you don't. What the credit card companies don't want you to know is that there's actually a way to get debt-free without paying off your entire debt or going bankrupt. If you have $5,000 or more in credit card debt, you now have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. For free information, call Credit Associates now. 1-800-700-0299. We'll even show you how much money you could save. If you can't afford to pay off all your debt, do not let the credit card companies trick you into thinking that you have to. Call Credit Associates now for free information on how to get debt-free faster than you ever thought possible, without debt consolidation or bankruptcy. We depend on your success and offer a guarantee, so there's no risk. For free information, call now. 1-800-700-0299. That's 1-800-700-0299. 1-800-700-0299.
Speed Queen washers and dryers, built for commercial use and now available for the home, are designed to last over 10,400 cycles or 25 years. But if you're an overworked multi-kids 10 loads a week kind of laundry doer, these machines may only last 20 years, even with Speed Queen's commercial quality metal components. So, buy a Speed Queen knowing you may be in for a mere 20 years of continuous use. Visit us at speedqueen.com.
Learn a little something at the start of your day. The Mark Davis Show. Mornings 7 to 10 on 660 AM. The Answer. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is the Wells Report with John David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. Our telephone number is 866-660-5759, 866-660-5759. This didn't take long. It didn't take long at all. What I'm talking about is it did not take long for America's transgender military force members to prove definitively why they should have nothing to do with the United States military. 5 transgender service members serving on active duty have sued President Donald Trump, their commander-in-chief, over his directive to ban them from the United States military. It's the first legal action against the president's policy change, which he announced in a series of tweets on July 26th. The unnamed service members, who are referred to as Jane Doe, are serving in the Air Force, the Army, the Coast Guard. Some have served as long as 2 decades, including tours in Iraq and Afghanistan. The lawsuit, filed by the National Center for Lesbian Rights and GLBTQ legal advocates and defenders, argues that reversing the Pentagon's current policy is unconstitutional and denies transgender service members equal protection and due process. Transgender troops have been allowed to serve openly since 2016. Nothing like this has ever happened before, said Shannon Minter, a transgender legal expert at NCLR's legal director. This according to McClatchy News. This is not normal for a president to treat active service members this way. It's unprecedented in the history of the military for a group to be embraced and included and then purged. Well, you know what they used to tell me, and they still do tell me now that I'm an NCO in the Texas State Guard, you don't have the big picture, Wells. Why don't you just follow your orders and get back to work? Yes, sir. 3 bags full, sir. And off I go. Wells, are you ready? Yes, I am. Take your men and go take that hill. No, I'm going to file a lawsuit first. This is why it can't happen. This is why you can't do this. Now, while this is going on, what are the other members of the military doing? They're being distracted. That's what they're doing. They don't have their mind on their mission right now because they're trying to figure out what these transgenders are doing, suing their commander-in-chief. There's some other problems with this. Just exactly why is it that these people, these transgender military members, can be distracted right off of their job into breaking chain of command and all numbers of other violations of military life and code and rules and regulations? Why is it that they're so easily distracted by the National Center for Lesbian Rights and GLBTQ, MNROSTUVWXYZ, legal advocates and defenders? How easy would it be for, I don't know, North Korean, say, intelligence officers to distract them from their work? Do you get to sue the commander-in-chief because you don't like his orders? Eight 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. Well, this has never happened before. It's unprecedented in the history for the military to allow a group in and then purge them. It's about them being let in the first place. Are you saying that when this happened, it was impossible to tell that a day like this was going to happen? In the politically correct world of the United States military and the chain of command, where commanders were not going to be able to say, this is damaging the efficiency of my unit, because they would run afoul of the political ideology in the military of the day, which is not what the military is for. They're not there to be a political laboratory. They are there to go engage the enemy and kill them, damage their equipment, wreck their towns and villages. That's what the military's for. Sink their ships, shoot down their aircraft. If you are invited out of the United States military, you think you've been done wrong, then you can contact the National Center for Lesbian Rights, NGLBTQRSTUVWXYZ, even whatever other organization you want to, and try to sue your way to get back in. One of my dearest friends who absolutely adored the Navy, wanted to make it his career, was dumped on his head after 14 years in the United States Navy because of cutbacks in the ready force by President Obama. Did he sue the commander-in-chief for wrongful termination? No. He went home and started rehabilitating a 1963 Cadillac Cadamino. That was, that Cadillac they turned into an El Camino to haul flowers and funerals and stuff like that. He's got one of those. Don't ask me why. One of the greatest guys I know. Did he sue anybody? No. He said, yes, sir. Packed up his stuff, went home, started a new life. Was it kind of hard for him to spend 14 years in the military expecting to be able to retire after 20? Yeah, that kind of screwed him up. You know what I mean? But did he sue the commander-in-chief? No. Rex in Fort Worth, Texas. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to the Wells Report. Hello.
I was in the Navy back in the 80s.
Yes, sir.
And back then, you signed a contract with the government to do what they told you, when they told you, follow the chain of command. That's it. There is no suing your commanding officer. You do what you're told unless it's an unlawful order. That's it, plain and simple. If you don't like what you're being told to do when you're in the military, get out.
I agree completely. That's everything that I've ever known about the TCMJ. Or actually, I do the TCMJ. You did the UCMJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do the Texas Code of Military Justice and the State Guard.
Yeah, I actually was also in the Texas State Guard.
Well, God bless you.
Navy.
God bless you. Thank you so much for your service.
Oh, well, I did what I thought was the right thing to do, and all these people whining and crying because they're not getting the way, they need to get out. If they don't like it, leave. Voluntary, resign whether they're non-commissioned or commissioned, and if they're not
Commissioned,
they need to say, I can't handle this, I want out. You will get a discharge, probably a general discharge. Get out, go away, quit crying. That isn't meant for you. Go find something else to do.
You see, it's not about what gender you are. It's not about your sexuality. It's not about your favorite color. It's not about your tennis game. It's not about whether or not you like to make pottery on the weekends. If you're in the United States military, it's about your job. It's about your training. It's about your duty. It's about your readiness. It's about all of that. That's what that's all about. It has nothing to do with who you know on the outside that can file a lawsuit against your commanding officer. This is why things are done in the United States military. This is why a lot of guys who you will never, ever know the names of thanked President Trump for making this decision. Most of the people in the United States military get this. Okay, so we got a girl who thinks she's a guy and she's in our unit. Okay. Well, we just deal with her like one of our brothers or sisters, right? Okay. In this case, both. I got it. Okay. Okay, cool. And then they get back because they know that what they're supposed to be doing is concentrating on their job and their readiness and being ready to pack up and go at any moment. Okay, we got to deal with this person. Okay, fine, we'll deal with this person. And that's that. And they deal with that person as best they possibly can. You've got to be responsible for your capabilities. Your ideologies are not important in the United States military. Your capabilities are. Your willingness to follow orders. This is the exact opposite of what you should be doing in the United States military. It's all based on the fact that you don't know what gender you are. That is not a problem that can be solved by being in the United States military. I don't mean to sound harsh. I have a great deal of compassion for people that don't know what gender they are. I honestly do. But that is not an issue that transmits itself into my world at any possible level. And should not. One, because it's none of my business. Two, I'm so sorry, but you don't get to turn the entire society on your head because you don't know whether you have an innie or an outie and whether you should have an innie or an outie. Tim in Weatherford, thanks very much for joining us. Welcome to the Wells Report.
How's it going, John David?
Having the time of my life, Tim. Hello.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
My son is a career warrant officer in the Coast Guard.
Cool.
And when he's an instructor at electronic technician school in California, they got a guy guy in straight from boot camp, and my son sponsored a camping trip for his class. So this guy didn't want to go because he didn't want to be around all these guys and participate in everything. So he let him stay behind. Well, this guy, if I can use the term, pissed all over his roommates' lockers, and during the weekend, probably did some other obnoxious things. And when they got back, of course, his roommates found all this, and they tried to take him to captain's mast, which is the lowest form of discipline.
Right.
And he said, "You take me to captain's mast, I'm going to sue." He threatened the chief petty officer to sue him if they took him to captain's mast.
Yeah. It's not your dad's military, I guess, huh? This is the Wells Report.
Hi, folks. I'm Frank Manzeri, co-owner of Statewide Remodeling. It's been said many times, people believe what they want to believe. Many will ignore logic and go with emotion because the fear of loss is always stronger than the opportunity for gain. This often happens when choosing a home improvement contractor. People are swayed by some pretty before and after pictures and a convincing story accompanied with what sounds like a too good to be true price. They should be concerned with how long have they been in business. What kind of warranties do they have, and are they in writing? Don't get me wrong, price is important, but it should not be the deciding factor. When I started Statewide Remodeling with my partner over 23 years ago, we said we wanted to offer the best products with the strongest warranty at a fair price. I can tell you that is still our goal today. So if you need a company you can trust to install new windows and doors, exterior siding and trim, sunrooms or patio covers, or a new kitchen or bathroom, call us now for a free estimate and receive 23% off your whole project. The number to call is 888-270-7095. That's 888-270-7095.
When you have sleep apnea, traveling can be a real drag because you have to drag your big, bulky home CPAP device with you everywhere you go. But not anymore. Now you can travel easily and sleep comfortably anywhere thanks to Transcend, the world's very first mini CPAP. And right now, you can try Transcend absolutely risk-free for 10 restful nights. So call now, 1-800-400-1841. Our smallest and most advanced portable design ever, Transcend is as small as a soda can and weighs less than a pound. You can even add a battery that's as tiny as a deck of cards. Transcend is so incredibly small and light, you can easily fit it in your briefcase or purse to use anywhere you go. It's FAA compliant too, so you can even sleep comfortably while flying. Now you can enjoy the freedom to sleep comfortably anywhere. But don't delay. To receive your 10-night in-home trial, call minicpap.com now, 1-800-400-1841. Again, that's 1-800-400-1841.
Have you checked your Google search results lately? Search results are usually the first impression that people form of you or your business. So make sure that they create a positive impression with ReputationDefender.com. What the internet says about you can have a big impact on your life and your livelihood, even if it's not true. Fortunately, you can now control how you look online and in online search results with ReputationDefender.com. Call 800-827-5948 now. That's 800-827-5948 for your free reputation analysis. If you have negative material from an ex-employee, upset patient, or former client, newspaper article, legal issue, social media, or other source showing up in your search results, you can combat it with ReputationDefender.com. Our dedicated experts in patented technology can help make your online search results look their best. Call 800-827-5948 to learn more. 800-827-5948. That's 800-827-5948. Or visit ReputationDefender.com.
I'm sure that every one of you understands the importance of oral care to your overall health. There's no denying the connection. I'm also sure that many of you have a sensitive mouth or sensitive gums or painful canker sores, or sadly, maybe even chemo sores from cancer treatment. What you may not know is that your mouthwash, especially if it's one of the brands that burns, may be making things worse. You should try non-irritating, alcohol-free Closis Oral Rinse. That's CLOSYS. Closis is like first aid for your mouth. It's as gentle as water, but it helps relieve common but uncomfortable, even painful issues in your mouth. Unlike other mouthwashes, Closis is also pH balanced, which eliminates the burn and irritation. Try Closis Oral Rinse for sensitive mouth, gums, and canker sores for pain-free oral care. That's CLOSYS. Closis. Learn more about the gentle, effective oral rinse at Closis.com or get Closis today at Walgreens, CVS Health, and Walmart.
Sean Hannity here for my friends at Generator Supercenter, the great American story. Now, this started in 2005 with two brothers selling and repairing generators out of their garage in Texas. Today, they are the #1 Generac dealer in the nation. #1 means more savings for you. When the power goes down, keep your home or business up and running with a Generac standby power system from the Generator Supercenter. Financing available, payments as low as $100 a month. GeneratorSupercenter.com. That's GeneratorSupercenter.com.
Finding great people to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. It's time to try ZipRecruiter, where 80% of jobs get a qualified candidate in just one day. How? Using powerful technology, ZipRecruiter matches your job to the right candidates fast. So, while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, only ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/talkradio for your free trial. ZipRecruiter.com/talkradio.
Saying I don't know is no longer acceptable. This is 660 AM. For Texas, this is the with John David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. I am not trying to be cruel, and I'm not trying to be non-diverse. The Commander-in-Chief of the United States military has issued orders. They are legal. There is no sue your commanding officer. You say, yes, sir. And you go about your business. All of these people, every single one of these people should be immediately discharged. A general discharge under honorable conditions, okay, fine. They should have just been quiet. But of course, that doesn't give the mainstream media or the American left another opportunity to try to throw whatever kind of wooden shoe into the machinery that they could possibly cobble up, shall we say. That's called sabotage. They don't have a chance to sabotage the system if they just are quiet and wait for the military to make their decisions. This is making its way through the chain of command. You don't have anything to say until it actually affects your life. The President of the United States has issued a command. It's going to go through the Secretary of Defense, to the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, to the Chiefs of Staff, and then to the chains of command. When it affects you, you will have to make decisions based on when it affects you. Can you imagine what would have happened if hardly anybody had found out about the D-Day invasion and decided that what they were going to do was sue their commanding officer? They're going to sue General Eisenhower because, well, you know, they just don't think that beach is safe. How about the 15,000 families who had family members die in that invasion on that longest day? What if they had sued the United States for wrongful death? What about that? These are the people who lost Vietnam. These are the people that would have lost every war we ever fought. These are the people. If you want to know who lost the Vietnam War, there you go. These are the people who did it. The people standing there in front of the Capitol building with signs that have probably never stood anywhere with a rifle and defended this country under any circumstances. And if they did, they forgot what they were doing. Or they never actually knew So with one really bad move, anybody who ever had a problem with transgender in the military just got their point proved beyond any argument. This is the Wells Report.
Hey, everybody. Mark Davis with news from the world of foundation repair, and what a busy world that is. I want to tell you about the folks I have used, Abacus Foundation Repair. They've been serving North Texas with the highest quality foundation repair solutions for 17 years. It's all about peace of mind. You don't want foundation problems. When they're solved, you want them solved right. You want an elite state-of-the-art solution for your home, and they've got it. Abacus Foundation Repair, Millennium Composite Pilings, the only DFW foundation repair contractor that has this advanced system. And here's something they want you to know. They have an A+ from the Better Business Bureau and a lifetime warranty insured by a $2 million products and services policy per project. $2 million backing up their work. You can be 100% certain your foundation will be repaired right the first time. So get in touch, 972-406-9000. Call the right company first. Abacus Foundation Repair. Count on them. Get it? AbacusFoundationRepair.com, 972-406-9000.
Attention, this is an investor notice. Are you interested in making some extra cash buying real estate tax liens? Then listen to this. The Government Tax Lien Network is offering a free tax lien kit, which contains 2 DVDs and a step-by-step report that will show you how to earn guaranteed returns between 15 and 35% yearly, which is completely secured by the government. They'll even show you how to do this inside your own retirement accounts. So if you're looking to become a real estate investor without risk, then call 1-800-724-8146 now to get your free tax lien kit. Then get ready to buy tax liens for pennies on the dollar and buy houses for as low as $500, all from your home with little or no money, working only 5 to 10 hours per week. Call 800-724-8146 right now to get your free tax lien kit, plus 2 free tickets to a live training event and a free $20 Visa gift card just for attending. Call 800-724-8146. That's 800-724-8146 for your free tax lien kit now. Individual results may vary.
Hi, I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning. Let's talk about AC service techs that are really just salesmen in disguise. Most companies use their service techs to sell new equipment on service calls. And the more equipment they sell, the more commission they make. But would you buy a new car from your mechanic? The fact is, the guy you're trusting to repair your system actually makes more money if he can sell you a new one. At Reliant Air Conditioning, you get a certified service technician, not a salesman. Our techs don't work on commission, and they don't sell equipment. If you need a new system, now you can combine manufacturer and utility rebates to save over $5,000 on a brand new system that can cut your electric bill in half. So call 2 other companies first, and then call Reliant Air Conditioning and see how we've been gimmick-free since '83. Our number's 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-YOUR-HERO or ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
Amazing to realize, but you know, it's been almost 2 years I've been talking with you about Relief Factor, and I can tell you I've been continually inundated with testimonials. This is Michael Medved, and I've received thousands of testimonials that come in telling me how excited people are to be out of pain, like Bob from Ohio, who writes, I had a herniated disc in my back in 1984. I started taking Relief Factor, and for the first time, I have been completely out of constant, sometimes excruciating pain. I'm now able to work in the yard, around the house, and do my job in comfort. This is a great product. That's the end of the quote. If you're struggling with ongoing back or neck pain, shoulder, hip, or knee pain, or general muscle pain, aches, pains of any kind, do what tens of thousands of others have done so successfully. Go to ReliefFactor.com and order their 3-week quick start for just $19.95. 1-800-500-8384. That's 1-800-500-8384.
Message and data rates may apply. Please don't text while driving.
Your logo is your brand, your reputation. It's your most valuable asset. So what's the best thing to do with it? Give it away. When the experts at Fort Imprint put your logo on the right promotional products, giving those items away can make a lasting impression, empower your brand, and attract new customers. In fact, we'll prove it by revealing the top 3 promotional items for driving new customers absolutely free. Simply text the keyword GIVE to 642-642. We don't just print your logo. We're here to help you every step of the way. The 4imprint team can make your logo shine on your choice of thousands of promotional items, all delivered on time at great prices with free art assistance and outstanding customer service that's second to none. Want to turn your logo into profit? Give it away. Discover the top 3 promotional items for driving new customers absolutely free by texting GIVE to 642-642. That's GIVE to 642-642.
660 AM. 660 AM. The Answer. 660 AM. TheAnswer.com. Now, The Wells Report with John David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to The Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. So the President of the United States is currently dealing with a complete crazy person in North Korea who has miniaturized nuclear warheads. We just found out about it. President Obama knew about it since 2013. The whole thing gets dumped into President Trump's lap. Fortunately, we have the best brain trust in the history of the American presidency when it comes to military matters surrounding this president, which is great. But as that's happening, somebody is questioning whether or not he should have the launch codes. Someone from the American political left. While all this is going on, a couple of groups, again from America's political left, have coerced a handful of transgender American military personnel to violate their oath, to violate regulations, and file a lawsuit against their commanding officer, proving unequivocally that they had no business being in the military to begin with. Proving the point of everyone who said that transgender persons had no business being in the military. Proving the point. These are people subject to transgender. The transgenders are subject to gender dysphoria. They have the body of one gender, but yet feel like they belong in the body of another gender. This is a mental illness, which would typically be a disqualifier for the United States military, but politics has made that impossible these days. So rather than adapt, improvise, and overcome, we're going to change the signs on every bathroom in America to suit a handful of people that have no idea what gender they actually are. Tragically. Again, another project from the American left. People from the American left are suing people who disagree with them based on religious grounds. Oh, you're not going to make us a wedding cake, are you? Okay, well, what we're going to do is we're going to take you to court. We're going to bankrupt you. We're going to drag your name through the mud, but you know what kind of, I mean, which is worse? Real mud or fake mud? I would guess it would be fake mud. But then again, when you get some commissar of public behavior, and like in Oregon, deciding that somebody who doesn't bake a cake for somebody is discriminating against them based on sexual terms when it actually is a religious thing, guaranteed by the First Amendment of the Constitution, finds themselves $139,000 in a fine and have to go to a government re-education camp. Nobody finds anything seriously wrong with that on the American left. Oh, these mistakes are slowly being undone, but how is it that you were able to go and pick up your business 5 years after it's been closed to try to rekindle all that work that was wasted because two people decided that they didn't want to go to the gay-friendly wedding cake company and rather went to the Orthodox Catholic wedding cake company, knowing full well that they were going to pick a fight. Then to add insult to injury, A boy who wrote a letter to President Trump making national headlines last month wanted a pro-Trump birthday cake for his birthday, but couldn't find a baker willing to make a pro-Trump cake. So should we take these people to Oregon and have their bakeries shut down? The Commissar of Public Behavior, should we have them fined and ruined? Here's a kid who responded to the White House suggesting the kids send letters to the president. Happened July 26th. It was cute. I listened to the whole thing. Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders read a letter from a boy named Dylan, who said that Mr. Trump was his favorite president. When she later released the letter publicly, the boy's last name was blacked out. Only the identifying clue was that everybody called him Pickle. The media then scrambled to verify the letter's authenticity because obviously it can't be true. Who would ever like Trump? The Washington Post confirmed that it was indeed sent by a 9-year-old Dylan Harbin of California. Of course, the mainstream media doesn't have any real problem outing the name of a kid who's taking part in his government. So Dylan Harbin is now a part of the American record. Dylan asked for a Donald Trump birthday cake for his birthday. His mother made him one herself because she couldn't find a bakery willing or able to do it. Key members of President Trump's cabinet take part in a weekly Bible class. This according to a report by the Christian Broadcasting Network. Regular attendees of the sessions include Health and Human Services Secretary Tom Price, Energy Secretary Rick Perry, Education Secretary Betsy DeVos, Agricultural Secretary Sonny Perdue, CIA Director Mike Pompeo, Vice President Mike Pence, Attorney General Jeff Sessions also attend when their schedule permits. The sessions are led by Ralph Drollinger, a former NBA basketball player who turned to the ministry full-time after his injury-shortened career. It's the best Bible study I've ever been taught in my life. Drollinger told CBN. They're so teachable. They're noble. They are learned. Normally that would be cool, but, well, the atheists are upset about this. The American left rears its ugly head again, unhappy with President Trump for allowing a weekly Bible study to take place in the White House. The Freedom from Religion Foundation said the Bible study might even be illegal because it used taxpayers' funds. Obviously, these people have no real clue about the covenant between God and this republic. The Bible is the inspired word of God, not the inspired word of Presbyterianism or Methodism or Episcopalianism or Catholicism or any of the other isms. It's the inspired word of God. God's okay. Yes, there is a separation between church and state. The Bible is not a church. The Bible is a book. Fortune 500 companies have stepped into Dallas, Texas, and all other places in Texas. CEOs from 10 corporations, Uber, Lyft, Neiman Marcus, JP Morgan Chase, PayPal, Plano-based Frito-Lay, PepsiCo, Houston Oilfield Services Company, Baker Hughes. These people have decided more than anything that they just don't like the Texas bathroom bill. And they are threatening to do something about it. Just like Shell, Chevron, ExxonMobil, they're all against the bathroom bill. Of course, we're trying to protect the privacy and safety of our moms, sisters, sweethearts, wives, from people who have already proven that they would just love to get into a woman's restroom because they feel pretty today, which is not actually the case. It's because they feel like being a pervert today. Earlier on this radio broadcast, Ben Rhodes. How could the president say that the nuclear inventory of the United States was the most powerful it's ever been since he's been the president? He can't change that nuclear inventory. Well, actually, it's amazing what you can do with a nuclear inventory in 6 months, especially when you only need one or two of them. See, that's the craziest thing. It's not like you have to rearm 50,000 5,000-pound dumb bombs. They're nuclear weapons. It's just 2 or 3 of them. That's all you take. Yeah, Ben, sit down. The adults are speaking. Hush up. Enjoy your macaroni. So why am I going through all of this stuff? Why am I going through all of this stuff? Well, Harlan has a clue in Gun Barrel City, Texas. Harlan, welcome to the Wells Report.
Hi, John David. You know, this Democratic Party and the freaks that are in there, they stress over people getting weapons the legal way, going through gun shops and training how to use them and all this. But they would gladly turn a bunch of automatic weapons over to a bunch of transgendered sickos in the military, off balance to the max with the drugs that they have to go through. But they'll turn automatic weapons and missiles over to those guys.
Well, all I can say is this. Here's the reason I'm bringing all this stuff up. What is the left trying to accomplish in this nation? Seems to me that what they're trying to do is they're trying to create as much of a pain in the butt for everybody in this entire nation as possible. They're trying to be as big a jerks as they can possibly be. Why are they doing this? Do they believe that this is their road to political victory? Considering what people are saying about, the transgender bathroom issue, would you trust a dyed-in-the-wool Democrat to hire a janitor to clean a public bathroom? Let alone be a United States senator? What in heaven's name could possibly be found in a public restroom if a Democrat is cleaning it? I mean, a real one. I mean, I'm talking about the leftists that I'm pointing out that happen to infuse all of our news with daily decorations and hors d'oeuvres of plainly stupid idiocy that we have to wade through to actually get to reality in this country. Will in Dallas, Texas. Welcome to the Wells Report. Hello.
Hello, John David. Once again, on this issue, you are avoiding what the crux of the argument is. It has nothing to do with forcing other people to live the way that we want you to live, whatever, you...
Of course it does. Of course it does. Of course it does. Okay, you explain to a woman why they have to put up with a man in their restroom. Is that not forcing them?
Where is that happening in the country? Nowhere.
It has actually happened in Dallas, Texas, at a Target store. How many have you been listening to the broadcast? Have you been listening to the broadcast at all?
You manipulate the policy.
No, I didn't want anybody to manipulate anything. I was reporting the news, Will.
I'm saying that guy.
Will, I was reporting the news. I was reporting the news.
I'm saying that guy did it as a stunt.
Oh, I see.
He knows it.
Oh, I see. How do you know?
Because he already admitted it up front. Well, I feel like a man today. I feel like a woman today, so I get to go on the bathroom.
So you're saying he was lying? So you're calling this poor creature a liar. That's what you're saying.
Right.
Well, okay, that's all right. Will, you know what? He's on 90-day rest. Okay. Will is normally a good member of the opposition, except his vocabulary needs some work. So he falls into the example that I was just talking about. In other words, thank you so much, Will, for proving my point. People from the left, are they more trouble than they're worth? Is the American left making itself into a public nuisance? The answer is yes, a public nuisance. I mean, when you can't go to the bathroom without worrying who might be in there, from a standpoint of somebody saying, well, I just feel pretty today. Well, thank you, Roscoe. I really appreciate seeing you there, but you don't get to go in there when my wife's in there. I'll just run along and find yourself something pretty to wear in the women's section. Good luck on that. This is the Wells Report.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. We have an idea, a celebration featuring you and some special guests. Join us for an evening with Mark Davis, Wednesday, September 20th, Austin Ranch and Grapevine, featuring Colonel Alan West, Cowboys legend Daryl Moose Johnston, and my talk show brother, Mike Gallagher. Tickets on sale now at 660 amtheanswer.com. A great dinner and an evening of radio stories, hot topics, unpredictable moments. An evening with Mark Davis. Join us September 20th. Tickets on sale now at 660 amtheanswer.com.
Sponsored by AAA Auger Plumbing Services and Southwest Office Systems.
People always call us when they want a guaranteed income that can last as long as they do.
Jerry Bailey and Dottie Schaefer of the Retirement Hour.
When it's time for your last day at the office, enjoy some peace of mind, knowing you won't be blindsided in retirement.
We can help you create a guaranteed return on your money that keeps your money safe, growing, and compounding over time. We'll show you how. Call us for your free and no obligation retirement review in our Dallas or Fort Worth office, or just call for a second opinion on your retirement plan. 800-550-6750. Protect and grow with us. Local relationship, local accountability.
Leave your checkbook at home. The sooner you call, the safer your options.
Don't run out of money before you run out of time. Call Jerry and Dottie for your free no-obligation consultation. 800-550-6750. 800-550-6750. Learn more at theretirementhour.com. 800-550-6750.
The crazy stuff happening in Washington means really smart people, the best people, get a chance, for the moment, to refi their mortgage or pull cash out of their homes until the president can put a lid on things.
Be one of those really smart people by getting Cash Call Mortgage's 15-year fixed, no closing cost refi at today's super low 2.99% rate in APR. But you need to act now, even if you're in process with another lender. Take 5 minutes to call and grab this 2.99% 15-year fixed rate with no closing costs from Cash Call Mortgage. Make the cash call at 855-875-CASH or log on to cashcallmortgage.com.
And believe me, this is not fake news.
First Mortgages, Impact Mortgage Corp., DBA Cash Call Mortgage, Equal Housing Lender. Call 866-900-8744 for disclosures, terms, and restrictions. Not licensed in all states. Not available in Washington State. NMLS 128231.
That's 855-875-CASH. 855-875-CASH.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
I'm 75 years old, and I don't eat enough vegetables or fruit. And this is a great thing to do. And it seems that I have more energy. It seems that I take that, and I take a lot of blood pressure pills and what do you call it, cholesterol. But my doctor tells me, he said, no, you might cut the dosage down on your pills, because what are you taking? I said, Balance of Nature. He said he didn't know what it was. So I told him, I said, it's fruits and vegetables condensed into little pill form. He goes, well, whatever it is, it's doing you a lot of good.
Good health is only a phone call away. What are you waiting for? Don't miss your opportunity to get a free month supply of Balance of Nature. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com.
Use promo code 660AM.
Hey, everybody, Mark Davis. It's going to be a long, hot summer of conservative battles as we try to get things done that we were looking to achieve in the election of President Trump. And as we move through the summer with challenges around every corner, there's something you and I can do. There's something I do every day, and you can join me, and that's being a Patriot Mobile customer. PatriotMobile.com/Mark for special offers just for you, or 1-800-A-PATRIOT. What is the difference you make when you sign up with Patriot Mobile? Well, if you're in bed with Big Mobile right now, your money went to Hillary for president. It goes to all kinds of causes on the left, and that stops. They only contribute to conservative causes and candidates of Patriot Mobile, and we as customers get to pick them. So learn more at 1-800-A-PATRIOT and patriotmobile.com/Mark. Learn about the fantastic plans. You're going to get great customer service, same phone selection, bring over your same phone number, and save a bunch with Patriot Mobile. Learn more and move conservatism downfield. patriotmobile.com/Mark, patriotmobile.com/Mark, or 1-800-A-PATRIOT.
Hey, Dad, ready for golf?
Hi, son. I'm not sure I'm going to make it today. My arthritis is acting up this morning.
Dad, have you tried Blue Emu?
Have I tried what?
Blue Emu Maximum Arthritis Relief. Works fast, penetrates deep, relieves pain in your achy muscles and joints.
Well, I don't want to smell like a medicine chest.
You won't. Blue Emu's non-greasy and odor-free.
In that case, let's play 36 today.
Blue Emu Maximum Arthritis Relief. Beat the pain and enjoy life. Available at Walmart and Walgreens.
660 AM, The Answer. 660 AM, TheAnswer.com. The Wells Report with John David Wells. Must hear radio on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. John David Wells at your service. 866-660-5759. Let me get to Robin in Dallas. How you doing, Robin?
Hello there, John David.
Hello there.
I got all excited when they said the Dallas Stars were going to do some kind of new policy, but I don't like it.
No, they.
You know, we like that hockey up there, don't
Sure,
we?
they do. Yeah, exactly. But you know, it's like I you know, I just want everybody that goes to a hockey game to know how to handle their sticks. Let me get to Joey in Farmers Branch. Joey.
Yes, I appreciate the show.
Hurry.
And I called and talked to Tanner, Tanner Parker.
Yes, Tanner Parker, yeah.
Tried to get him to push Byron Cook into getting this thing where we can get it voted on and passed.
Yes.
Here in Texas.
I hope they do that. I really hope they get that done because it's really something that's driving me crazy. I'm glad that you called and took over, but I think they handled it out of the Senate. I think the problem is Joe Strauss in the House of Representatives for the state of Texas. I think that's where that is. You're listening to the Wells Report. Coming up in just a couple of seconds. Just exactly what did that memo at Google say that got everybody so upset? Next on the Wells Report.
Hi, folks. I'm Frank Manzeri, co-owner of Statewide Remodeling, with what we think is a pretty important announcement. Statewide Remodeling has been awarded an exclusive distributorship for Kohler walk-in bathtubs, which are manufactured right here in Texas. If you've been considering one of these, you need to give us a call. Many manufacturers have these built out of the country, and you know the problems that can cause. We buy factory direct from the #1 brand in bathroom products, and since we're the #1 bathroom remodeling company in Texas with warranty second to none, I'd say that's a hard combination to beat. And if you call now for your free design consultation in celebration of our 23rd year in business, you will receive 23% off your whole project. That discount applies to all bathroom remodeling, like tub to shower conversions and one-day acrylic overlays. We offer 100% financing and many same as cash options. Stop by our Dallas showroom at 2450 Esters Boulevard, north of DFW Airport. Check us out online anytime at statewideremodeling.com, or for that in-home design, call 888-270-7095. That's 888-270-7095.
Have you checked your Google search results lately? Search results are usually the first impression that people form of you or your business. So make sure that they create a positive impression with ReputationDefender.com. What the internet says about you can have a big impact on your life and your livelihood, even if it's not true. Fortunately, you can now control how you look online and in online search results with ReputationDefender.com. Call 800-827-5948 now. That's 800-827-5948 for your free reputation analysis. If you have negative material from an ex-employee, upset patient, or former client, newspaper article, legal issue, social media, or other source showing up in your search results, you can combat it with ReputationDefender.com. Our dedicated experts in patented technology can help make your online search results look their best. Call 800-827-5948 to learn more. 800-827-5948. That's 800-827-5948 or visit reputationdefender.com.
At Simple Sleep Services, our team of doctors are experts in providing the least invasive treatment for snoring and sleep apnea. A custom-fit, comfortable solution that you simply pop in before bed each night and wake up feeling refreshed. And it's covered by medical insurance. We are the most experienced team in the nation providing our treatment, and your diagnosis will be from a board-certified sleep physician using today's latest technology. Visit simplesleepservices.com or call 469-685-1700. No CPAP, no surgery, no implants, just simple sleep.
This is 660 AM, The Answer. A service of Salem Media Group on the NASDAQ as SALM, KSKY, Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. 660 AM, The Answer.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. North Korean threats making residents of Guam nervous. So is GOP Senator Lindsey Graham, who says if war does break out, it'll happen far from U.S. shores.
Most of our concern here in Guam is that decisions are not made that would cause some sort of a conflict over here. I go back to a certain senator just a day or two ago that made mention that let's have a conflict and encouraging the administration to go to war.
Guam Governor Eddie Baza-Calvo on Fox. Pyongyang says their missiles will soon be able to hit the U.S. territory. The State Department says President Trump's fire and fury comments are being blown out of proportion when compared to North Korea's actions.
What is alarming, 2 ICBM tests in less than a month, 2 nuclear tests that took place last year.
Spokesperson Heather Nauert. Fox News, we report, you decide.
660 AM, The Answer.
Hey, it's Mark Davis from my friends at Good Feet. And yes, the business is called Good Feet, and they take care of your feet. But in so doing, they take care of foot pain and knee pain and hip pain, even back pain, because it can all be related to your feet and not having the right kind of arch support. Well, the Good Feet stores in DFW, Fort Worth, Plano, South Lake, and Waco, those Good Feet stores are America's arch support experts. Your shoes don't automatically know how much arch support you need. And when I have my Good Feet inserts in my work shoes, in my workout shoes, in my comfy shoes, in my dress shoes, they all feel great. I'm working better, walking better, living life, loving life, because my feet don't hurt. Foot pain, knee pain, hip pain, back pain, they can help with all of these at the Good Feet stores. And they're in Fort Worth, Plano, South Lake, and Waco. And in Fort Worth and South Lake and Waco, they're open Sundays, noon to 5. So learn all about the hours and all the locations at goodfeetdfw.com. Get out of pain today. Goodfeetdfw.com. That's goodfeetdfw.com.
When you have sleep apnea, traveling can be a real drag because you have to drag your big, bulky home CPAP device with you everywhere you go. But not anymore. Now you can travel easily and sleep comfortably anywhere thanks to Transcend, the world's very first mini CPAP. And right now, you can try Transcend absolutely risk-free for 10 restful nights. So call now, 1-800-400-1841. Our smallest and most advanced portable design ever, Transcend is as small as a soda can and weighs less than a pound. You can even add a battery that's as tiny as a deck of cards. Transcend is so incredibly small and light, you can easily fit it in your briefcase or purse to use anywhere you go. It's FAA compliant too, so you can even sleep comfortably while flying. Now you can enjoy the freedom to sleep comfortably anywhere. But don't delay. To receive your 10-night in-home trial, call minicpap.com now, 1-800-400-1841. Again, that's 1-800-400-1841.
Hey, it's Mark Davis from my friends at Viascan of Las Colinas. 16 years ago, they opened the doors with amazingly affordable prices for tests that cost thousands elsewhere. The heart scan, looking at your heart for plaques and blockages and signs of a heart attack that could be down the road. And the body scan, looking for the tiniest cancers before they become big and inoperable. These are thousands of dollars in test cost, but they brought it down to $595 for both. And they did that when they opened the doors in 2001, 16 years ago. This summer, they're bringing that price back. So call 972-739-2840. 972-739-2840. John Duncan and the crew at Viascan of Las Colinas will do for you what they've done for me. Help me keep an eye on my health by knowing what's going on inside my body. 972-739-2840. Get the heart scan and the body scan together. $595. Just Google Viascan, whatever you need, but make sure you pick up the phone and call them. 972-739-2840.
Dennis Prager here. And for 2 years now, I've been telling you about my wife, Sue, who tried Relief Factor because of her knee pain, and it worked. This is before I ever even heard about the product. I never endorsed a pain reliever, but now I am. And yes, now I'm taking Relief Factor 2. Maybe you've heard me call it a miracle. In fact, listen to what Amanda from Texas wrote. I was having pain in my left thumb area and left side of my leg from my knee about 4 inches up. After about a week of taking Relief Factor, the pain in my leg has gone away. And a few days later, the pain in my left hand is gone. We've gotten thousands of these testimonials, and if you're struggling with ongoing back or neck pain, shoulder, hip, or knee pain, or general muscle aches and pain, do what my wife Sue did. Try Relief Factor. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call them toll-free 800-500-8384, 800-500-8384.
Futures and options trading involves substantial risk and is not suitable for all investors.
Fire the stockbroker and hire yourself. I'm Larry Levan, and I've been on the trading floor for 23 years. I was one of the biggest traders in the S&P pit. I'm also the president of Trading Advantage, a leading educational firm teaching people how to become professional day traders. Now, for a limited time, I'm offering one of the trading techniques I use to make $1.9 million for free. Invest in and control your own future. Get started right now by calling 800-914-5567. Leave your email address on my voicemail, and I'll email you my free trading technique and daily insider's market report at no cost to you. This is the very information I use to build my fortune.
I was getting ready to retire. I still needed to make extra income, but I didn't want to work for anyone else. Because of Larry and his excellent instructors, I could trade successfully for myself, and I'll never have to work for someone else again.
Fire the stockbroker and hire the most dependable person you know. You. Again, call in the next 90 minutes. Leave your email address on my voicemail. 800-914-5567. 800-914-5567.
Have you ever considered joining the military but stopped because you couldn't deploy to a foreign country? Believe it or not, the state of Texas has its own military force that stands alongside the Texas National Guard, the Texas Air National Guard, and serves only inside the state of Texas. It's called the Texas State Guard. I'm Tech Sergeant John Wells of the 4th Air Wing, and we're looking for you to join us. Give us a call at 877-398-8350. That's 877-398-8350. If you love Texas as much as we do, join the 4th Air Wing of the Texas State Guard.
660 AM, The Answer. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is The Wells Report with John David Wells on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. Our telephone number is 866-660-5759. Google is currently in the midst of the typical quandary of leftist liberal America. And that is that leftist liberal ideology eventually folds back in on itself and turns into a bubbling mass of confusing chaos. Google had an engineer who wrote a 3,300 word memo that the media immediately called a screed or a manifesto or any other number of words that would minimize its meaning. And what happened is that this guy lost his job, probably illegally, and in the face of Google's own policy saying that we value inclusion and we value everyone's points of view. Apparently not. Now, understand that Google is stuck between a rock and a hard place. They really are. Because there are so many people of the American left involved in Google that they really do have to protect themselves from what has been seen as fascist retribution against anyone who disagrees with the left point of view. You can see it. You can see it everywhere you turn. It's getting worse every day. The left is against everything. The left hates America. The left wants America to be different. The left doesn't want free speech. The left does not want to hear any kind of argument about anything that they spew, that they demand, that they require at any level, in any way, shape, or form. It is indeed fascism. They resent the hell out of anybody saying that Well, you're flipping wrong. The next thing out of their mouth is that you're mentally defective or you are a bigot of some kind. That's all they've got. I just went through 8 news articles from today where the left finds America wanting. Fine. If you don't like America, leave. Go away. We like America. But if it's a constant source of irritation and frustration for you, get the hell gone. I will be the first to stand up and say, I'm the pig you're trying to teach how to sing. I'm not going to sing from the hymnal that you keep throwing underneath me because I find it completely ridiculous in most respects. It's only going to frustrate you, and it's pissing me off. Okay? So stop. Stop immediately. But eventually what's going to end up happening, of course, is all these people, these leftists, are going to find themselves in courtrooms where they're sued for 10, 100, a billion or two, 100 million, 10,000, 100,000, a million, billion, whatever. And they're going to lose because what they're doing is plainly, irresponsibly, unrecognizably foolish, stupid, and, oh, by the way, wrong. By now, you've read the 10-page anti-diversity screed that was published by an anonymous engineer at Google. Well, he's no longer anonymous. His name is James Danmore. Google fired him. This happened day before yesterday. You probably should read everything, according to Jonathan V. Last, writing for the Weekly Standard. Danmore doesn't appear to be terribly conservative. Here are some of the things he said. I value diversity and inclusion. I'm not denying that sexism exists and don't endorse using stereotypes. When addressing the gap in representation in the population, we need to look at population level differences and distributions. If we can't have an honest discussion about this, then we can never truly solve the problem. Psychological safety is built on mutual respect and acceptance, but unfortunately our culture of shaming and misrepresentation is disrespectful and unaccepting of anyone outside its echo chamber. That is the fascism that is applied to anyone outside the left echo chamber. Despite what the public response seems to have been, I've gotten many personal messages from fellow Googlers expressing their gratitude for bringing up these very important issues which they agree with but would never have the courage to say or defend because of our shaming culture and the possibility of being fired. This needs to change. He wrote down this as well. I strongly believe in gender and racial diversity. I think we should strive for more. However, to achieve a more equal gender and race representation, Google has created several discriminatory practices. He continues, we all have biases and use motivated reasoning to dismiss ideas that run counter to our internal values. Just as some of the right deny science that runs counter to the God is greater than humans is greater than environment hierarchy, e.g. evolution and climate change, the left tends to deny science concerning biological differences between people, e.g. IQ and sex differences. Thankfully, climate science and evolutionary biologists generally aren't on the right. Unfortunately, the overwhelming majority of humanities and social scientists lean left, about 95%, which creates enormous confirmation bias, changes what's being studied, maintains myths like social constructionism and the gender wage gap. Google's left-leaning makes us blind to this bias and uncritical of its results, which we're using to justify highly politicized programs. According to Mr. Last of the Weekly Standard, there are 3 basic arguments being made by Mr. Danmore. Because Google has an overwhelmingly liberal corporate culture, the company should be tolerant of dissenting opinions and cognizant of the dangers of confirming bias. 2, the differences in gender outcomes may be influenced by a host of factors. Only one of them is discrimination. 3, Google should try to remediate these differences in gender outcomes through non-discriminatory means. Ordinarily, you might read that and think that it's nothing but common sense, but the reaction to the memo proved Damore's point is beyond reasonable doubt. This was the opening piece on the memo from Vice's Motherboard. Saturday morning, we reported the existence of an anti-diversity manifesto written by a Google software engineer that was widely shared within the company. While the document itself contains the thoughts of one employee, responses to the documents from other Google employees show that some people at the company share the same beliefs. No kidding. This sounds like something from the lives of others. Motherboard went on to note that several Google employees internally had called for the firing of the anonymous engineer. There's more. But the best part came in the form of a response from Google's Vice President of Diversity, Integrity, and Governance, Danielle Brown. How much revenue do you think her division brings in? Wrote to her colleagues, quote, "Many of you have read an internal document shared by someone in our engineering organization expressing views on the natural abilities and characteristics of different genders, as well as whether one can speak freely of these things at Google. And like many of you, I found that it advanced an incorrect assumption about gender. I'm not going to link to it here. It's not a viewpoint that I or this company endorses, promotes, or encourages. In sum, the employee voiced incorrect thoughts, which will not even be linked to so that other employees may form their own opinions." And by the way, it's crazy to have any concerns that are not being able to speak freely at Google. Wow. Joseph Stalin, anyone? Anyone? Not in the literal sense. Damore didn't wind up in a gulag, but he did get fired. He was just deprived of his livelihood a few days after writing a samizdat essay, which he politely and compassionately expressed a coherent set of rational ideas. But just like in Stalin's Russia, at Google, there are right thoughts and there are wrong thoughts. These categories are determined by those in power, and the average worker dissents from them, even by an inch, is at peril. This is bad. This is one of the biggest companies in America. Arguably, not just a big company, but a monopoly. They basically run the internet. Their parent company dwarfs every other corporation on earth, but they're more terrified of offending the left than breaking the law. Monday of this week, Google decided to trample free expression and possibly flout federal labor regulations. Afraid of viral outrage from the left, the international corporation fired a software engineer named James Damore for writing and disseminating an unpopular 10-page internal memo. Damore dared to question the company line on diversity. He asked whether biological differences explain why so many more men than women work in Silicon Valley. He argued that by shaming into silence different opinions, Google has created an ideological echo chamber where some ideas are too sacred to be honestly discussed. Then Google proved that that he was completely correct and fired him. Google purports to value honest discussion, and reasonable people should be able to disagree about these things. Google just didn't want the bad publicity of having somebody with such ideas on their payroll. But never mind the incongruity or the hypocrisy, the more important problem is their litigation is around the corner. I have a legal right to express my concerns about the terms and conditions of my working environment and to bring up potentially illegal behavior, which is what my document does, Damore told the New York Times. But in doing this one thing, he indicts vast sums of leftist ideology and the willingness to monolithically, fascistically cow, intimidate, browbeat other people into silence. This is a lot bigger than Google. This is the leftist manifesto that James Damore is actually taking a shot at here. This is existential for these people. They've got a big problem. According to Dan Eaton, an attorney and ethics professor at San Diego State University, the engineer certainly has grounds for a case on two fronts. First, federal labor law bars even non-union employees like Google from punishing an employee for communicating with fellow employees about improving work conditions. Second, because the memo was a statement of political views, Eaton says Google may have violated California law, which prohibits employers from threatening to fire employees to get them to adopt or refrain from adopting a particular political course of action. An internal corporation with armies of both lawyers, Google knows all this. They decided to take their chances with the state and federal law rather than stick up for one of their employees and risk public backlash. So not only are leftists dishonest, unwilling to listen to any kind of dissenting opinion, but they're also cowards. Liberal philosophy, liberal ideology always folds back on itself. When it does, chaos ensues. Welcome to today's Google. This is the Wells Report. Texas is a conservative state, maybe why all of us live here. But it can only stay that way if Texans remain informed and engaged. My name's John David Wells. I do a show called The Wells Report. Let me tell you about Empower Texans. Empower Texans is run by a buddy of mine. I've known him for over 10 years, served in the Texas State Guard with him. He's a hell of a man. I truly enjoy Michael Quinn Sullivan's company. We laugh and we talk about politics and patriotism and all the things that make Texas what it is. For years and years, Michael Quinn Sullivan has done the hard work of liberty, fiscal responsibility, and showing citizens how to hold elected officials accountable. That's something that we need more of, not less of. What you should do is you should take part in this. You should go to empowertexans.com and subscribe to their weekly news digest. That's it. Believe me, this is not spam that you're inviting into your house. EmpowerTexans.com and their free weekly news digest will enlighten you in ways you never thought possible. It'll be great. You'll really enjoy it. You'll be able to pick up your telephone and call any Texas representative or senator or lieutenant governor or attorney general or anybody and say, hey, can you help us out with this and that and such and so? And really know what you're talking about. All because you hang out with EmpowerTexans.com. EmpowerTexans.com. Subscribe to their free weekly news digest today. EmpowerTexans.com. Tell them you heard about it on the Wells Report.
660 AM, The Answer.
Hi, I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning. People always ask me why we don't advertise on price. The answer? We advertise on quality. Imagine if Honda Accords were assembled by local car dealers instead of the factory. Wouldn't you pay a lot more attention to the quality of that dealer? Folks, replacing an air conditioner is the same thing. We're assembling that product in your attic, and the most important day of your system's life is the day it's installed. Our installation teams undergo hundreds of hours of hands-on factory and field training. Right now, you can combine manufacturer and utility rebates to save over $5,000 on a brand new system that can cut your electric bill in half. So call 2 other companies first, and then call Reliant Air Conditioning and see how we've been gimmick-free since '83. Our number is 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-YOUR-HERO or online at ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
Need a new CPAP? Then we need you. We're CPAP.com, and we carry the world's best CPAP machines, including top-of-the-line ResMed equipment. To move inventory, we're selling our ResMed AirStart machines at a fraction of the price of similar machines. Call now and ask for one of these overstocked CPAPs. We'll even provide free next-day air shipping on your ResMed machine order, so you get it fast. Call 1-800-900-6135. The best part? No insurance needed. Our CPAPs are priced so low they can even cost less than your copay and deductible through insurance. CPAP.com has shipped over 1 million orders and has everything you need to treat sleep apnea. With no retail overhead or costly middlemen, we're the best way to get comfortable, effective sleep apnea equipment at incredibly low prices. Again, CPAP.com is overstocked on ResMed AirStart CPAPs and offering free next-day air shipping on these devices. Call now for these great deals and others. Call 1-800-900-6135. If lines are busy, please try again. That's 1-800-900-6135.
Warning, if you've recently declared bankruptcy, you're going to want to cover your ears because there's an alternative to bankruptcy and it could be better than you'd ever think possible. But if you've already declared bankruptcy and have missed this opportunity, you'll want to cover your ears now. Here it is. Right now, the company that has resolved more credit card debt than anyone in the U.S. may be able to settle your debt too. You could resolve your debt with one low monthly program payment. If you call right now and qualify, Freedom Debt Relief will show you how low your monthly program payment could be for free. Call now. 1-800-600-3731. That's 1-800-600-3731. If you're struggling with debt, this could be your answer. And the bigger your debt, the more money you could save. To find out for free how much of your hard-earned money Freedom Debt Relief could help you save, call now. 1-800-600-3731. 1-800-600-3731. 1-800-600-3731.
When you have sleep apnea, traveling can be a real drag because you have to drag your big, bulky home CPAP device with you everywhere you go. But not anymore. Now you can travel easily and sleep comfortably anywhere thanks to Transcend, the world's very first mini CPAP. And right now, you can try Transcend absolutely risk-free for 10 restful nights. So call now, 1-800-400-1841. Our smallest and most advanced portable design ever, Transcend is as small as a soda can and weighs less than a pound. You can even add a battery that's as tiny as a deck of cards. Transcend is so incredibly small and light, you can easily fit it in your briefcase or purse to use anywhere you go. It's FAA compliant too, so you can even sleep comfortably while flying. Now you can enjoy the freedom to sleep comfortably anywhere. But don't delay. To receive your 10-night in-home trial, call minicpap.com now. 1-800-400-1841. Again, that's 1-800-400-1841.
If you've got questions, we've got answers. 660 AM. The Answer. The Wells Report is on 660 AM. The Answer.
This James Damore guy is really brilliant. Yeah. He breaks down the biases of right and left. Left biases, compassion for the weak. Disparities are due to injustices. Humans are inherently cooperative. Change is good. Instability is okay. They are open when it comes to various ideas, except they're not. An idealist. Right biases, respect for strong authority. Disparities are natural and just. Humans are inherently competitive. Change is dangerous. They like stability. They're closed to new ideas. Pragmatic. Neither side is 100% correct. Viewpoints are necessary for a functioning society. Or in this case, a company. A company too far to the right may be slow to react, overly hierarchical, untrusting of others. In contrast, a company too far to the left will constantly be changing, deprecating much-loved services, over-diversifying its interests, ignoring or being ashamed of its core businesses, overly trusting its employees and competitors. Only facts and reason can shed light on these biases, but when it comes to diversity and inclusion, Google's left bias has created a politically correct monoculture that maintains its hold by shaming dissenters into silence. This silence removes any checks against encroaching extremism and authoritarian policies. For the rest of this document, I'll concentrate on the extreme stance that all differences in outcome are due to differential treatment and authoritarian element that's required to actually discriminate to create equal representation. At Google, we are regularly told that implicit, unconscious, and explicit biases are holding women back in tech and leadership. Of course, men and women experience bias, tech, and the workplace differently. We should be cognizant of this, but that's far from the whole story. On average, men and women biologically differ in many ways. These differences aren't just socially constructed because they're universal across human cultures. They often have clear biological causes and links to prenatal testosterone. Biological males that were castrated at birth and raised as females often still identify and act like males. The underlying traits are highly heritable. They're exactly what we would predict from an evolutionary psychology perspective. Note, I'm not just saying that men differ from women in the following ways or that these differences are just. I'm simply stating that the distribution of preferences and abilities of men and women differ in part due to biological causes. and that these differences may explain why we don't see equal representation of women in tech and leadership. Many of these differences are small. There's significant overlap between men and women, but you can't say anything about an individual given these population level distributions. Then he gets into personality differences. Women, on average, have more openness directed toward feelings and aesthetics rather than ideas. Women generally have a stronger interest in people rather than things, relative to men, also interpreting as empathizing and systemizing. These two differences in part explain why women relatively prefer jobs in social or artistic areas. Most men may like coding because it requires systemizing, and even within SWEs, comparatively more women work on the front end, which deals with both people and aesthetics. That's jargon. Extroversion expressed as gregariousness rather than assertiveness. Also, higher agreeableness. This leads women to generally have a harder time negotiating salary, asking for raises, speaking up, and leading. Note these are just average differences, and there's overlap between men and women. Again, he's making this as completely fair as he can. But this is seen as totally a woman's issue. This leads to exclusionary programs like stretch and swaths and men without support, etc. That's more jargon. He goes on to say a lot of things about the differences between men and women. And these are pretty much psychologically understood paradigms that are indeed valid. But what Google does is turns this into the typical egalitarianism of the left. And it doesn't work. And Mr. Damore is complaining that discrimination in an effort to make things equal that will never be equal is unjust and authoritarian. And he is completely and totally correct. Not a screed. This is a lifeline to Google. And they're swimming away from it because they're stupid. This is the Wells Report.
We finally have the home of our dreams, but it wasn't because we purchased the home of our dreams. It's because we purchased an ordinary home and hired the design experts at Adair's Fine Floors to make it extraordinary. From our complete bath renovation all the way to our sparkling new quartz countertops in our kitchen. Adair's Fine Floors does so much more than just floors. At Adair's, you'll find granite and quartz countertops, sinks, blinds, shutters, rugs, as well as a huge selection of wood, tile, carpet, and vinyl flooring. Adair's and their skilled installers will make sure your project will go as smoothly as possible from start to finish. The hardest decision you'll have to make is choosing from such a wide range of choices.
Stop by their showroom at the corner of Abrams and Royal in Lake Highlands and let them help you take your home from ordinary to extraordinary. Call 214-503-1324. That's 214-503-1324 or visit their website at adairsfloors.com. That's adairsfloors.com.
Hi, you may recognize my voice. For years, I've been doing the commercials for Vein Clinics of America. The really funny thing is I had bulging varicose and spider veins for years and didn't do anything about it. There were whole summers I'd play the cover-up game and suffer because I didn't want to wear shorts or skirts. Listen, when your veins are bulging out the back of your legs, you don't want people to see. It's embarrassing and painful. So I finally did something and I went to Vein Clinics of America. It was so much easier than I thought. My treatments only took about an hour and I went right back to work. And now I'm wearing shorts and my legs look and feel amazing. Best of all, my insurance covered the procedure. So stop hiding. Call Vein Clinics of America now. They're the best. They're the largest, and they've been helping people restore their legs for over 35 years. There's absolutely no reason to suffer any longer. Call Vein Clinics now for your free fast-track consultation. Call 800-780-1975. 800-780-1975. That's 800-780-1975.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies. I had some ulcer issues on my leg that I had from Vietnam. It would erupt on occasion of periods of stress. When I was taking juices, these ulcers had disappeared, but I was not able to get good quality fruits and vegetables to make good juices. And, these ulcers came back. But since I've been taking the fruit and the veggie capsules, these ulcers again have subsided.
Good health is only a phone call away. What are you waiting for?
Don't miss your opportunity to get a free month supply of Balance of Nature. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com.
Use promo code 660 AM.
When it comes to retirement, people often ask, do I have enough to retire on? How can I take advantage of stock market gains while helping protect what I have from a crash? What can I do to maximize retirement cash flow? Should I roll over my 401k? If any of these questions sound familiar or you have more, don't miss this free Money Matters Retirement Seminar in Rockwall Saturday, Fort Worth August 17th, or Plano August 19th. Reserve now at moneymatters.net. That's moneymatters.net, or call 800-994-0302.
Sean Hannity here for my friends at Generator Supercenter, the great American story. Now, this started in 2005 with two brothers selling and repairing generators out of their garage in Texas. Today, they are the #1 Generac dealer in the nation. #1 means more savings for you. When the power goes down, keep your home or business up and running with a Generac standby power system from the Generator Supercenter. Financing available, payments as low as $100 a month. GeneratorSupercenter.com. That's GeneratorSupercenter.com.
When smart businesses need to grow their team, they do it on the site proven to deliver, Indeed.com. According to an independent study, Indeed delivers 5 times more hires than any other job site, more hires than the rest combined. And right now, we're giving new users a $50 credit to post a sponsored job, boosting your listing in relevant search results. Claim your $50 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Indeed, the world's #1 job site. Terms, conditions, and quality standards apply.
Some of you didn't file your taxes, maybe because you have a tax problem, or maybe because you're afraid you have a tax problem. If you owe back taxes or have unfiled returns, you are accruing interest and penalties. You could be putting yourself at risk of seizure. Tax Defense Partners will work on your behalf to get the IRS off your back. Call now, 800-684-7777. Call Tax Defense Partners now at 800-684-7777.
660 AM, The Answer. 660 AM, TheAnswer.com. If it's important to you, it's on the Wells Report on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. This James Damore guy is brilliant. He is not some crazy nut, some crazy screed writing nut. He is truly an enlightened guy trying to make Google better and trying to point out that there are differences between men and women. They are cultural, they are social, they are genetic. The objective of all of this is to not force someone who is otherwise inclined to do other things into something that they are not going to be satisfied with. There are going to be females that are absolutely spectacular at all of the engineering capabilities that any man can be capable of. Will there be as many of them as women? Will there be as many of them as men? No. We have completely different talents, right down to the wiring of our brains. It's different. And it matters. And it always will matter. This is where Google and everybody else needs to remember the value of merit, the value of achievement, the value of actual success. Google, like I said yesterday, is focused on the right person doing something. What needs to happen is that you have to have someone doing the right thing, not the right someone doing something. There were people a few weeks ago, that were saying that they should not discuss in any kind of academic conclave, gathering, what have you, the achievements of white European males. Because what that did is that took the direction of the conversation away from other demographic groups, other racial groups that did other things. Excuse me? Quite literally, what we're going to do now is we're going to ignore the achievements of a given group of people for the sake of aggrandizing the achievements of another group of people. That is stupid on its face. And it belies a sickness in society that we need to confront. In the Jerusalem Post, there is something that you need to be aware of. And it's right along these lines. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has called the media the thought police. The Likud party came out en masse in Tel Aviv on Wednesday night tonight to support Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who lashed out at the media to a responsive chorus of resounding boos. Netanyahu accused the left and the media of being one and the same, together on an obsessive, unprecedented witch hunt against me and my family, seeking to overthrow the government. This is something that's happening to Benjamin Netanyahu, just as it's happening to Donald Trump. It is a coordinated effort in both Israel and the United States, and needs to be recognized and confronted as is proper. The Prime Minister said the media was the thought police. Is he wrong? 866-660-5759. Netanyahu pointed out to the adoring crowd how the fake news media repeated that if we don't withdraw from territories in our homeland, Israel will be isolated and weak and abandoned. Remember the cries? Isolation, isolation, isolation. The crowd showed its own distaste for members of the press, confronting some of them with shouts, while others held signs describing the media with obscenities. Which, by the way, is fair, insofar as many people in the media have described people like me with obscenities. Is the media guilty of being the left? Is Steve Bannon correct? Is the American media, in this case, the Israeli media, are they the opposition party, yes or no? The answer, of course, is yes, without doubt. There is no argument. There can be no argument that the mainstream media has become the thought police. And no, it is not just a leftist thing. It is not just a leftist thing. The right dabbles in this as well. Oh, you don't believe me? Where does Tommy Lauren work now? Oh, that's right. She's not working anywhere right now because she was working for a dear friend of mine, Glenn Beck, in an incredible company called The Blaze, a journalistic endeavor that is truly remarkable. And yet, she made the mistake of running up against the right-wing echo chamber and said that she was pro-choice. She was gone, just like that. This forced all of us to confront something ugly about the American right. Absolutely correct. That we have our ways of dispensing with those who disagree, just like the left. In the United States at this particular moment, we have a president who is under complete and total attack. The reflexive, Trump is an idiot, Trump is wrong. Somebody called him an idiot today and tried to come up with some sort of narrative that somehow President Obama was treated worse by the people that currently excoriate President Trump every single day. That is complete and total sophistry. It's total nuttiness, completely incorrect, valueless as a part of a discussion point. Because the simple case of the matter is that President Obama never had to deal with the deep state, never had to deal with a mainstream media that was taking part in a leftist coup to remove him from office. The people who voted for Donald Trump are routinely slapped around by these people that consider themselves their betters. In other words, they think they're smarter than we are. They think they're more intelligent than us. We are so stupid that we would actually elect Donald Trump. How dumb can you be? This, of course, in the light of President Obama's singular legislative achievement of Obamacare that is destroying itself simply with its own existence. And it's all on automatic. It is such a bad political idea. It's destroying itself. Normally, say for example, if a Republican president came up with such a hunk of garbage, it would be called a hunk of garbage. What a stupid thing to do. How idiotic could this Republican president ever be? But everybody sits there and goes, well, there might be a way to fix it. There's no way to fix it. The government of the United States kills people when it ventures into health care. 307,000 dead veterans can't be wrong. Not killed in war, killed in wait. Waiting for a doctor. Waiting for a test. Waiting for a surgery. Waiting. The mainstream media is indeed the thought police. There is an Orwellian air about it. It is awful and it is terrible and it will destroy us. The fight is on. And on one side, you have people that are talking about things they know to be wrong. And on the other side, you find a group talking about things that we know to be correct. I can point to, give you an example, Jim Acosta. He's in my business, the news business. He points to a fundraising poem as if it's some sort of American policy. I point to federal code, the actual law. He says we ought to be following this poem as a matter of immigration policy. I point at the law and says you must do this or you will be deported. One is law. One is ignorance-powered sophistry. Jim Acosta is wrong. Jim Acosta should know better. If you don't like the law, that's fine. I don't care whether you like the immigration law or not, Jim. If you don't like it, change them. But don't change them by taking the law that's on the books and throwing it into a courtroom where one of your leftist judge buddies will sit there and say, yeah, that's the right thing. And maybe you can line up a bunch of other leftist judge buddies to continue to do this until finally enough judges willing to violate their oaths, violate the entire American system, to legislate from their various benches come together to legislate from their various benches. Roe v. Wade, ring a bell? No, don't do any of that. Take it to a legislature. Try to get people to vote for it. You know, politics. Politics, not lawsuits. That's how we do law in this country, Mr. Acosta. If you don't like the immigration law, change it. Use your bully pulpit. Not for being a bully, but to actually do something with it. Talk about the truth. While you're pointing at a poem, I'm pointing at the law. On this particular instance, who should people be paying attention to? It depends. It depends on whether you want a lawless society based on the drivel of the day, or whether we are a nation of laws as framed in the 18th century by some of the greatest political minds in world history. You choose. This is the Wells Report.
Hey, everybody. Mark Davis with news from the world of foundation repair, and what a busy world that is. I want to tell you about the folks I have used, Abacus Foundation Repair. They've been serving North Texas with the highest quality foundation repair solutions for 17 years. It's all about peace of mind. You don't want foundation problems when they're solved. You want them solved right. You want an elite state-of-the-art solution for your home, and they've got it. Abacus Foundation Repair, Millennium Composite Pilings, the only DFW foundation repair contractor that has this advanced system. And here's something they want you to know. They have an A+ from the Better Business Bureau and a lifetime warranty insured by a $2 million products and services policy per project. $2 million backing up their work. You can be 100% certain your foundation will be repaired right the first time. So get in touch, 972-406-9000. Call the right company first. Abacus Foundation Repair. Count on them. Get it? AbacusFoundationRepair.com, 972-406-9000.
Everyone knows Doworth offers expert floor care for every type flooring in your home, even those fine handmade area rugs. But did you know Doworth is also an expert in removing unwanted odors from your home? Odors from pets, cooking, cigarette smoke, even the overwhelming fragrance of fresh skunk odor is no match for our Miracle Vapor Deodorizing Treatment. And as an added benefit, our vapor deodorizing treatment is also a sanitizer, effective against a wide range of bacteria, mold, viruses, and even allergens commonly found in household dust. It leaves no residue or lingering scent, just the smell, clean. So if you have an unwanted odor you'd like to remove from your home, or if you just want a healthier home, call Doworth and ask about our Miracle Vapor Deodorizer, or visit us at Doworth.com.
Call 267-8433, because the next best thing to do is Doworth Clean.
Policies issued by American General Life Insurance Company, Houston, Texas. Not available in all states. For details, visit AIGdirect.com.
If you're young and healthy, you don't need life insurance, right? Yeah, that's what I used to think too, until my brother died at 38. Joe left his wife with 2 kids, a mortgage, and a stack of bills she couldn't pay. Mary had to sell the house and move everybody into this tiny 2-bedroom apartment just to make ends meet. I never want to do that to my wife, so I got life insurance. I called AIG Direct and was really surprised how affordable it is. Just $14 a month for $250,000 of term life coverage. Listen, if you have a family, you should seriously think about getting life insurance. You'll feel a lot better having it, trust me.
Call AIG Direct for a free, no-obligation quote. The call takes less than 5 minutes, and you could save up to 70%. Call now, 1-800-700-5593. That's 1-800-700-5593. 1-800-700-5593.
Need a new CPAP? Then we need you. We're CPAP.com, and we carry the world's best CPAP machines, including top-of-the-line ResMed equipment. To move inventory, we're selling our ResMed AirStart machines at a fraction of the price of similar machines. Call now and ask for one of these overstocked CPAPs. We'll even provide free next-day air shipping on your ResMed machine order, so you get it fast. Call 1-800-900-6135. The best part? No insurance needed. Our CPAPs are priced so low they can even cost less than your copay and deductible through insurance. CPAP.com has shipped over 1 million orders and has everything you need to treat sleep apnea. With no retail overhead or costly middlemen, we're the best way to get comfortable, effective sleep apnea equipment at incredibly low prices. Again, CPAP.com is overstocked on ResMed AirStart CPAPs and offering free next-day air shipping on these devices. Call now for these great deals and others. Call 1-800-900-6135. If lines are busy, please try again. That's 1-800-900-6135.
Mike Gallagher here for Relief Factor. You might be asking, who should consider ordering Relief Factor? Well, anyone with pain that's keeping them from doing things that bring joy to their life. Maybe taking a long walk, not having the pain, riding a bike, playing golf again without pain, opening a jar or sewing or using a hammer, even rolling out of bed every morning without pain. For me, I had hip replacement. And then I had a little bit of a scooter accident in New York, left me miserable, aches and pains until I started taking Relief Factor. Heard about them on the radio. I started to take Relief Factor, a packet in the morning, a packet in the evening. You know what? I was completely pain-free. I want to prove it to you by you taking the 3-week quick start from Relief Factor. It's only $19.95. Do you know 80% of those who take the quick start order again? We know it works. So if your pain isn't worth the price of a cup of coffee a day to lower, then you're not in much pain. If it is worth it, try the 3-week quick start. ReliefFactor.com, ReliefFactor.com, or call 800-500-8384, Relief Factor.
You can listen on the go. Find us on iHeartRadio, 660 AM. The Answer. Now, by popular demand, The Wells Report with John David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
Alan Dershowitz, famous Democrat, commentator, brilliant lawyer, true American, is trying to figure out just exactly what Maxine Waters is talking about. It's possible that it's impossible to come up with the true reason why Maxine Waters says anything, but Maxine Waters has called Alan Dershowitz a racist. What he's saying is, quote, all of those black people are there, they don't like Trump, so he's not going to get a fair trial and they should take it out of that jurisdiction, unquote. It shouldn't be there to begin with. I don't like that, and I'm surprised that Alan Dershowitz is talking like that. We won't stand for it. We will push back against that because it's absolutely racist. Dershowitz responded, she tosses around that term so promiscuously that it dilutes the term. She hurts her own cause because she's crying wolf. If everybody's racist, then no one's racist. If I'm a racist, then what is she going to call real racism? Dershowitz marched in the South. He was involved in the civil rights movement all of his life. Being black does not give you a license to call somebody a racist, just like being Jewish doesn't give you a license to call people anti-Semites unless they're actually racists or anti-Semites. Maxine, sit down. Shut up. The adults are speaking. This is the Wells Report.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. We have an idea, a celebration featuring you and some special guests. Join us for an evening with Mark Davis, Wednesday, September 20th, Austin Ranch and Grapevine, featuring Colonel Alan West, Cowboys legend Daryl Moose Johnston, and my talk show brother, Mike Gallagher. Tickets on sale now at 660amtheanswer.com. A great dinner and an evening of radio stories, hot topics, unpredictable moments. An evening with Mark Davis. Join us September 20th. Tickets on sale now at 660amtheanswer.com.
Sponsored by AAA Auger Plumbing Services and Southwest Office Systems.
People call us when they just don't want to waste any more time living out an uncertain financial future.
Jerry Bailey and Dottie Schaefer of the Retirement Hour.
People often make serious mistakes when they inherit money or when they move money around from one account to another. Call us first and keep your money safe.
For over 30 years, we've helped Texas families just like yours eliminate their risk in retirement. The sooner you call, the safer your options.
Call us today for your free, no-obligation retirement review in our Dallas or Fort Worth office.
The future is coming. When it's your last day in the office, enjoy peace of mind knowing you won't be blindsided in retirement. 800-550-6750.
Protect and grow with us. Local relationship, local accountability.
Don't run out of money before you run out of time. Call Jerry and Dottie for your free no-obligation consultation. 800-550-6750. Learn more at theretirementhour.com. 800-550-6750.
Hey, everybody, Mark Davis. It's going to be a long, hot summer of conservative battles as we try to get things done that we were looking to achieve in the election of President Trump. And as we move through the summer with challenges around every corner, there's something you and I can do. There's something I do every day, and you can join me, and that's being a Patriot Mobile customer. PatriotMobile.com/Mark for special offers just for you, or 1-800-A-PATRIOT. What is the difference you make when you sign up with Patriot Mobile? Well, if you're in bed with Big Mobile right now, your money went to Hillary for president. Goes to all kinds of causes on the left, and that stops. They only contribute to conservative causes and candidates at Patriot Mobile, and we as customers get to pick them. So learn more at 1-800-A-PATRIOT and PatriotMobile.com/Mark. Learn about the fantastic plans. You're going to get great customer service, same phone selection, bring over your same phone number, and save a bunch with Patriot Mobile. Learn more and move conservatism downfield. PatriotMobile.com/Mark, PatriotMobile.com/Mark, or 1-800-A-PATRIOT.
This is 660 AM, The Answer. A service of Salem Media Group on the NASDAQ as SALM, KSKY, Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. 660 AM, The Answer.
Fox News Radio, I'm Rich Dennison. North Korea reaffirming its intent to develop a plan to attack Guam. The U.S. territory's governor, Eddie Bazacalvo, says his residents aren't going about their normal business.
Obviously, for our administration and for the people of Guam, there is concern and worry, but there's no panic.
North Korea's government on Wednesday saying it will complete its plan for attacking Guam in a few weeks, then wait for orders from the regime's leader. The FBI raided the Virginia home of former Trump campaign manager Paul Manafort last month on the day he met with the Senate Intelligence Committee.
The timing significant because people familiar with the investigation told the Washington Post the search warrant was an indication that investigators may have had reason to believe Manafort could not be trusted to turn over all of the records requested in response to a grand jury subpoena.
Fox's Ed Henry at the White House. Fox News. We report, you decide.
660 AM, The Answer.
Hey, it's Mark Davis from my friends at Simple Sleep Services. If snoring is a problem in your life, and if it's a problem in your life, it's a problem for everybody in your life, let's get the simplest, least invasive solution. That's what they did for me at Simple Sleep Services. What you have with Simple Sleep is a way to avoid implants and surgery and the CPAP device by just calling 469-685-1700. 469-685-1700. They're in Dallas and Fort Worth. Insurance covers most folks. It's the Somnodent device. Simple appliance. They make it for you. They did one for me. You take it home, you pop it in, kiss your wife goodnight, and silent night. Absolutely fantastic. Diagnosis from a board-certified sleep physician. They have a home sleep study, so you're not in some lab. Call them for more information. 469-685-1700. 469-685-1700. SimpleSleepServices.com. Wonderful people. I'm so glad I met them, and you will be too. 469-685-1700 or SimpleSleepServices.com.
Message and data rates may apply. Please don't text while driving.
Your logo is your brand, your reputation. It's your most valuable asset. So what's the best thing to do with it? Give it away. When the experts at 4imprint put your logo on the right promotional products, giving those items away can make a lasting impression, empower your brand, and attract new customers. In fact, we'll prove it by revealing the top 3 promotional items for driving new customers absolutely free. Simply text the keyword GIVE to 642-642. We don't just print your logo. We're here to help you every step of the way. The 4imprint team can make your logo shine on your choice of thousands of promotional items, all delivered on time at great prices with free art assistance and outstanding customer service that's second to none. Want to turn your logo into profit? Give it away. Discover the top 3 promotional items for driving new customers absolutely free by texting GIVE to 642-642. That's GIVE to 642-642.
Hi, I'm Lex Howard, CEO of Balance of Nature. I occasionally take new customer calls, and too often people tell me that they have heard our advertisements for years. If Balance of Nature is not currently being delivered to your doorstep, start now and begin experiencing the benefits of Balance of Nature in your life. Call and see how you can get your free month supply.
I noticed a difference in the first month.
I got rid of most of my other vitamins. I feel pretty good, even though I'm an old guy, 77. I think it's doing great.
I just feel good. I just believe they're really what they say they are.
Good health is only a phone call away. What are you waiting for? Don't miss your opportunity to find out how to get your free month supply of Balance of Nature. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com.
Use promo code 660AM.
Are you a responsible person who finds yourself growing deeper and deeper in credit card debt and you're not sure how to fix the problem? Then get ready for a toll-free number that will put you on a path to financial recovery. Trinity Debt Management is a nonprofit organization that will consolidate your accounts into one easy-to-manage monthly payment, put a stop to late fees and over-limit charges, and reduce your interest rates by as much as 60%. You'll save thousands and become debt-free for keeps. It's not a loan. It's a smart way to relieve your stress, meet your obligations, and preserve your self-respect. If your debt has you down, we should talk. Gather up your bills and call this toll-free number for a free, no-obligation debt analysis. 1-800-990-6976. That's 1-800-990-6976. If you're in debt and you need help, call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976.
Message and data rates may apply.
Attention, it is illegal to text and drive. So if you're experiencing hair loss and you want a permanent solution, please pull over now, because an incredible offer that could give you your hair back is just one text away. Bosley is the world's most experienced hair restoration expert, always pioneering the latest technology. And now we're giving everyone who texts GROW to 543-543, an absolutely free information kit that reveals just how easy and affordable this permanent solution really is. Don't wait. When you text GROW to 543-543, we'll also give you a gift card for $250 off. Millions of men and women have come to Bosley for a permanent solution to hair loss. So pull over now and see for yourself how great your hair could look with an absolutely free information kit. Text GROW to 543-543. Plus, get a free gift card. This amazing offer is just one text away. GROW to 543-543.
Hey, do you have timeshare maintenance fees that you're tired of paying? Have you ever thought about getting rid of your timeshare, but you don't know which way to turn? Well, call Lone Star Transfer at 972-722-3166. Lone Star Transfer is family-owned with offices right here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau, and they've helped over 3,000 happy clients so far. So take it from me, Sean Hannity. Call Lone Star Transfer today at 972-722-3166 or on the web, LoneStarTransfer.com.
Dallas, Fort Worth's home for stimulating talk. 660 AM, The Answer. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is The Wells Report with John David Wells on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Reports. My name is John David Wells. Our telephone number is 866-660-5759. We have a distress call. We have a distress call here from Colorado. It was published as an opinion piece by Jeff Hunt in today's USA Today. Last week, he says, Senator Cory Booker introduced the Marijuana Justice Act in an effort to legalize marijuana across the nation and penalize local communities that want nothing to do with this dangerous drug. This is the furthest reaching marijuana legislation ever to date and marks another sad moment in our nation's embrace of a drug that will have generational consequences. Our country is facing a drug epidemic. Legalizing recreational marijuana will do nothing that Senator Booker expects. We heard many of these same promises in 2012 when Colorado legalized recreational marijuana. In the years since, Colorado has seen an increase in marijuana-related traffic deaths, poison control calls, emergency room visits. The marijuana black market has increased in Colorado, not decreased, and Numerous Colorado marijuana regulators have been indicted for corruption. In 2012, we were promised funds from marijuana taxes would benefit our communities, particularly schools. Dr. Harry Bull, the superintendent of Cherry Creek Schools, one of the largest school districts in the state, said, "So far, the only thing the legislation of marijuana has brought to our schools has been marijuana." In fiscal year 2016, marijuana tax revenue resulted in $156,701,018. The total tax revenue for Colorado was $13,327,100. No, I'm sorry. The total tax revenue for Colorado was, can that be? $13,327,123,798, making marijuana only 1.18% of the state total tax revenue. The cost of marijuana legalization in public awareness campaigns, law enforcement, healthcare treatment, addiction recovery, and preventative work is unknown as a cost to this state. Senator Booker stated his reasons for legalizing marijuana is to reduce marijuana arrests happening so much in our country, targeting certain communities, poor communities, minority communities. It's a noble cause to seek to reduce incarceration rates among these communities, but legalizing marijuana has the opposite effect. According to the Colorado Department of Public Safety, arrests in Colorado of Black and Latino youth for marijuana possession have increased 58% and 29% respectively after legalization. This means that Black and Latino youth are being arrested more for marijuana possession after it became legal. Furthermore, a vast majority of Colorado's marijuana businesses are concentrated in neighborhoods of color. Leaders from these communities, many of whom initially voted to legalize recreational marijuana, often speak out about the negative impacts of these businesses. Senator Booker released his bill just a few days after the Washington Post reported on a study by the Review of Economic Studies that found college students with access to recreational cannabis on average earn worse grades and fail classes at a higher rate. Getting off marijuana especially helped lower performing students who were at risk of dropping out. Since legalizing marijuana, Colorado's youth marijuana use rates is the highest in the nation, 74% higher than the national average, according to the Rocky Mountain High Intensity Drug Trafficking Area Report. This is having terribly negative effects on the education of our youth. If Senator Booker is interested in serving poor and minority communities, legalizing marijuana is one of the worst decisions. There is much work to be done to reduce incarceration and recidivism, but flooding communities with drugs will do nothing but exacerbate the problems. The true impact of marijuana on our communities is just starting to be learned. The negative consequences of legalizing recreational marijuana will be felt for generations. I encourage Senator Booker to spend time with parents, educators, law enforcement, counselors, community leaders, pastors, and legislators before rushing to legalize marijuana nationally. We've seen the effects in our neighborhoods in Colorado. There is nothing we wish. It is nothing that we wish upon the nation. Jeff Hunt is the Vice President of Public Policy at Colorado Christian University. I have another distress call. From the News Review, written by April Ehrlich. When Natalie Robbins went into labor 2 months earlier than she was expecting, the doctor said her baby girl had gone into shock. Natalie's eyes welled and looked to the hospital ceiling. "Oh my God, I just killed this child because of my drug addiction." Months earlier, when she first discovered she was pregnant, she knew she would have to put the baby up for adoption. Struggling with an addiction to methamphetamine and alcohol, she wasn't in a place to care for her current 3 children, let alone a 4th. But she didn't expect her baby to die. That was it. That was it, she recalled. This was my God shot, my awakening moment, my lowest point of everything. Then the baby started breathing and crying. Natalie held her on her shoulder for a few seconds before the nurses whisked her away to an incubator. She weighed 4 pounds and 11 ounces, but she would survive. Natalie was just discharged from the hospital 2 days later. She went straight to Crossroads, a transitional housing program for drug-addicted people and their children. She got a bed and later brought her baby, Serenity. She started on a path to get her other 3 children back, who were under her mother's care as decreed by the Oregon Department of Human Services. That was all 3 years ago. She has since earned her associate's degree at Umpqua Community College. She's been accepted into Oregon State University, where she plans to study counseling. She's been sober since she left Crossroads, plans to use her education to help people who are trying to do the same. Ask Serenity how old she is. She'll hold up 3 fingers. She dances around the wood floors of her large room in a frilly dress and insists on wearing that dress almost every day. Photos of Natalie's other daughters are framed along the hallway that lead to their rooms. Natalie never wanted her children to go into stranger care, a name she and other birth parents give to foster care systems. She's thankful her children stayed in the family. Many drug-addicted parents face different outcomes. Drug use is increasing in rural Oregon, particularly with an opioid epidemic sweeping the nation. As drug arrests, hospitalizations, and overdoses have increased, so have the number of children entering the foster care system in these communities. The number of children who have entered the child welfare system in Douglas County alone increased from 41 children in 2013 to 204 children so far this year. That is a 398% increase in less than 5 years. These stats are from the Department of Human Services. For Lisa Hubbard, the clinical director at ADAPT, parental drug addiction has everything to do with it. ADAPT is a Roseburg-based nonprofit that provides an array of treatment, housing, and medical services, including Crossroads. We went from 400 kids in foster care a year or so ago, which was a shocking number at the time, and now the number is over 500. For a community this size, it's a staggering number. As of July 20th, there were 624 Douglas County children in the foster care system. This according to DHS data. And that number continues to grow. The result is a system flooded with children with no place to go. Sometimes DHS workers have resorted to placing children in hotel rooms or their own offices, a practice that led to a lawsuit earlier this year. Many children venturing through the foster care system do it with very little guidance. Some are lucky enough to have a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer, who monitors a child and advocates for them in court. Now, instead of assigning one case to each volunteer, the organization assigns multiple cases. Our advocates are really stretching themselves to the maximum to cover as many children as possible, says Rachel Bryant, the director of Roseburg-based CASA. It really is a crisis now. Foster care rates have dropped across the state, but in southern Oregon counties, Douglas, Josephine, Jackson, Lake, Klamath counties, they've skyrocketed. Oregon's rural areas have long struggled with methamphetamine addiction. That hasn't gotten any better over the years. Southern Oregon's methamphetamine arrest rates have more than doubled in the last decade, according to Oregon's Criminal Justice Commission data, giving it the highest rate than any other region in the state. Overprescription have brought painkillers into the picture. People who never abused drugs before have become addicted to their prescriptions. Now, Southern Oregon has the highest opiate arrest rate than anywhere else in the state. Is marijuana legal in Oregon? Of course. as with most bad behavior on adults, the kids take it in the neck. Washington State, Colorado, Oregon, California wants to do this. California, $50 billion in debt and climbing. The political left in Oregon, by the way, just about ready to recall the Speaker of the California Assembly because he wasn't quite left enough. He's the guy that shot down single payer because it would only cost the state $400 billion. $400 billion that they simply could not afford. And before you say, who cares, it's California, who do you think is going to bail out that state of liberal foolishness? That's right. You're going to reach into your pocket and feel the icy grip of Californication. Or maybe it will be Oregon, or maybe it will be Washington, or Colorado, or maybe all of them. All thanks to the American left. Again, this is the Wells Report.
If you're over the age of 50 and considering buying an annuity in the next 60 days, I have some important news for you. Don't buy an annuity until you understand the pros and cons of annuities. A free book to help you maximize your retirement income from television host and three-time author Josh Melberg has been released. This book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms. Grab a pen right now because we are about to offer you this free book that unlocks the 5 little-known secrets we believe baby boomers and seniors should know before buying an annuity. Call 800-725-1616 now and you'll receive a free copy of Josh Melberg's book, Next Gen Annuity Strategies Revealed. As a bonus, we'll also send you a copy of The #1 Mistakes Retirees Are Making with Their Investments Today and a free DVD on how you can get up to 33% more income in retirement. Call 800-725-1616. That's 800-725-1616. Employees of J.D. Melberg Financial have the appropriate licenses for the products they offer.
Hi, folks. I'm Frank Manzeri, co-owner of Statewide Remodeling. It's been said many times, people believe what they want to believe. Many will ignore logic and go with emotion because the fear of loss is always stronger than the opportunity for gain. This often happens when choosing a home improvement contractor. People are swayed by some pretty before and after pictures and a convincing story accompanied with what sounds like a too good to be true price. They should be concerned with how long have they been in business. What kind of warranties do they have, and are they in writing? Don't get me wrong, price is important, but it should not be the deciding factor. When I started Statewide Remodeling with my partner over 23 years ago, we said we wanted to offer the best products with the strongest warranty at a fair price. I can tell you that is still our goal today. So if you need a company you can trust to install new windows and doors, exterior siding and trim, sunrooms or patio covers, or a new kitchen or bathroom, call us now for a free estimate and receive 23% off your whole project. The number to call is 888-270-7095. That's 888-270-7095.
Hi, I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning. Let's talk about AC service techs that are really just salesmen in disguise. Most companies use their service techs to sell new equipment on service calls, and the more equipment they sell, the more commission they make. But would you buy a new car from your mechanic? The fact is, the guy you're trusting to repair your system actually makes more money if he can sell you a new one. At Reliant Air Conditioning, you get a certified service technician, not a salesman. Our techs don't work on commission, and they don't sell equipment. If you need a new system, now you can combine manufacturer and utility rebates to save over $5,000 on a brand new system that can cut your electric bill in half. So call 2 other companies first, and then call Reliant Air Conditioning and see how we've been gimmick-free since '83. Our number's 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-YOUR-HERO or ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
Varicose and spider veins. What a gift from my mom. She had them and I got them. Not only are they uncomfortable and sometimes painful, but I stopped wearing shorts and skirts because I was embarrassed and hated the way my legs looked. So I went to Vein Clinics of America. The procedure took about an hour and I was right back to work. What they're doing these days with lasers and minimally invasive technologies is unbelievable. The staff made me feel so comfortable, and the results, well, even my husband noticed. Vein Clinics of America has been treating vein disease for over 35 years. They're the largest and most experienced in the U.S. Look, I've been doing the commercials for Vein Clinics for years because I believe in them, and you can trust them too. The best part was my insurance covered the procedure. So stop hiding your legs this summer. There's no reason to suffer any longer. Call Vein Clinics of America now for your free fast track consultation. Call 800-780-1975. 800-780-1975. That's 800-780-1975.
Have you checked your Google search results lately? Search results are usually the first impression that people form of you or your business. So make sure that they create a positive impression with ReputationDefender.com. What the internet says about you can have a big impact on your life and your livelihood, even if it's not true. Fortunately, you can now control how you look online and in online search results with ReputationDefender.com. Call 800-827-5948 now. That's 800-827-5948 for your free reputation analysis. If you have negative material from an ex-employee, upset patient, or former client, newspaper article, legal issue, social media, or other source showing up in your search results, you can combat it with ReputationDefender.com. Our dedicated experts in patented technology can help make your online search results look their best. Call 800-827-5948 to learn more. 800-827-5948. That's 800-827-5948. Or visit ReputationDefender.com.
Learn a little something at the start of your day. The Mark Davis Show. Mornings 7 to 10 on 660 AM. The Answer. The Wells Report. A daily good old-fashioned North Texas barbecue of anybody trying to take advantage of us on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. Our telephone number is 866-660-5759. My friends, I can't help but report on what I see. I call things like I see them. And when I look out over the landscape of the United States of America, what I'm seeing is an entire nation that is being warped and damaged by leftist sophistry. It is not going to stand. To my friends in the leftist media, you are destroying your entire industry. You are destroying your entire industry for the sake of momentary political satisfaction. That's not the news. At the end of a career, you should be able to look back and say, I covered some of the greatest stories in the history of the human condition. Brought people the truth. Nowhere in that should be the knowledge that you used the news as a bludgeon to forward your politics. And yet there is very, very little else that you could say about what you do for a living. I was talking about CNN today with some buddies of mine in the media industry. We agreed that there may be no way back for CNN. It is so bad they are for sale. Can you imagine the brilliance of Ted Turner's CNN, the cable news network? The brilliance behind that is It's as good as anything humans have ever done. And for the briefest, wonderful time, there was real journalism on the air again because they didn't have anything else. And they built their names slowly, painstakingly over the years, overcoming a ridiculously low budget, only to be seduced by the same foolhardy ideas of, gosh, if we could just use the media to help us out, we could get more done. You know, like JFK did, like Mao did, and like Stalin did. Will we ever learn? As I look on the landscape today, I say no. But tomorrow is another day. This is the Wells Report.
If you've got your sights set on a trip this year, why not celebrate Jerusalem's 50th anniversary in Israel with Dennis Prager, Mike Gallagher, and other 660 AM The Answer listeners? Stand with Israel and explore all that it has to offer. From modern urban and political vitality to historic and ancient landmarks you cannot find anywhere else. This October 22nd through November 1st, come see the majesty of the Mediterranean coastline, friendly cosmopolitan cities, and the intercultural dynamics of Israel. With a cultural past that reaches back even before recorded history, make your plans now to explore Israel's sites like the Golan Heights, the Western Wall, Jerusalem, and much more. You've read and heard about these places for years. Now come and visit them for yourself. Stand with Israel this October 22nd through November the 1st. Time is running out to book your trip. For affordable prices and all-inclusive details, visit 660amtheanswer.com. That's 660amtheanswer.com to register.
Warning. If you're drowning in debt you can't afford, do not let the credit card companies trick you into thinking that you have to pay it all back, because you don't. What the credit card companies don't want you to know is that there's actually a way to get debt-free without paying off your entire debt or going bankrupt. If you have $5,000 or more in credit card debt, you now have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. For free information, call Credit Associates now. 1-800-700-0299. We'll even show you how much money you could save. If you can't afford to pay off all your debt, do not let the credit card companies trick you into thinking that you have to. Call Credit Associates now for free information on how to get debt-free faster than you ever thought possible without debt consolidation or bankruptcy. We depend on your success and offer a guarantee, so there's no risk. For free information, call now. 1-800-700-0299. That's 1-800-700-0299. 1-800-700-0299.
If you're not incorporated and you're a truck driver, a cafe owner, a construction contractor, a real estate agent, a consultant, or any small business owner, then you are at risk. If someone sues and you're not incorporated, you could lose everything. Your home, your car, even your personal life savings. That's why Incorporate.com is now giving away a free incorporation toolkit to all business owners, including exclusive information on how to start and grow your business. For your free incorporation toolkit, call now. 1-800-600-8551. Incorporation is the shield that protects your personal assets. Without it, you could lose everything. That's why at Incorporate.com, they just make incorporating or forming an LLC quick and easy. They don't provide legal or financial advice. So if you're a personal trainer, a travel agent, or run a tech startup or any small business, call now for your free incorporation toolkit. They're giving them away for free at 1-800-600-8551. That's 1-800-600-8551.
Hey, it's Mark Davis from my friends at Viascan of Las Colinas. 16 years ago, they opened the doors with amazingly affordable prices for tests that cost thousands elsewhere. The heart scan, looking at your heart for plaques and blockages and signs of a heart attack that could be down the road. And the body scan, looking for the tiniest cancers before they become big and inoperable. These are thousands of dollars in test cost, but they brought it down to $595 for both. And they did that when they opened the doors in 2001, 16 years ago. This summer, they're bringing that price back. So call 972-739-2840. 972-739-2840. John Duncan and the crew at Viascan of Las Colinas will do for you what they've done for me. Help me keep an eye on my health by knowing what's going on inside my body. 972-739-2840. Get the heart scan and the body scan together. $595. Just Google Viascan, whatever you need, but make sure you pick up the phone and call them. 972-739-2840.
Futures and options trading involves substantial risk and is not suitable for all investors.
Fire the stockbroker and hire yourself. I'm Larry Levin, and I've been on the trading floor for 23 years. I was one of the biggest traders in the S&P pit. I'm also the president of Trading Advantage, the leading educational firm teaching people how to become professional day traders. Now, for a limited time, I'm offering one of the trading techniques I use to make $1.9 million for free. Invest in and control your own future. Get started right now by calling 800-914-5567. Leave your email address on my voicemail, and I'll email you my free trading technique and daily insiders market report at no cost to you. This is the very information I use to build my fortune.
I was getting ready to retire. I still needed to make extra income, but I didn't want to work for anyone else. Because of Larry and his excellent instructors, I can trade successfully for myself, and I'll never have to work for someone else again.
Fire the stockbroker and hire the most dependable person you know. You. Again, call in the next 90 minutes. Leave your email address on my voicemail. 800-914-5567. 800-914-5567.
Listen to us live on iHeartRadio, 660 AM. The Answer. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. The Wells Report on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. Sky News is a news organization that works in Great Britain. They went to the Katanga mines in the Democratic Republic of Congo, and they found a couple of miners there, Dorson and Monica. They are two of 40,000 children working daily in the mines as they try to find as much cobalt as they can out of the rocks that they break down. Dorson is 8. Monica is 4. I guess they make 8 pence a day. The children are made to check the rocks for telltale chocolate brown streaks of cobalt. Why? Well, it's a prize ingredient. For what? Prize ingredient for batteries. Oh. What kind of batteries? You know, the great big ones, the ones that power electric cars. Oh. You say there are a lot of children in those mines? Yeah, only about 40,000 of them looking for cobalt so that the country can export that cobalt for 8 pence a day. They get to work and essentially risk the difficulties of miners. It's funny, they're miners. But at least they're working for something that's worthwhile, right? I mean, clean energy. Electric cars providing transportation free from pollution. The British Environment Secretary Michael Gove came up with this wonderful idea that they were going to get rid of all gasoline and diesel-powered cars and trucks by the year 2040. Boy, man, that's going to be really hard. Every big electric motor manufacturer is striving to produce millions of electric vehicles. But that's good for the Democratic Republic of the Congo. It's really good. Yep. Why? Because the Democratic Republic of the Congo provides the world with 60% of the cobalt on the planet. No, there's no labor regulation. Yes, that stuff is transported to Asia where manufacturers use it to make their products lighter, longer lasting, rechargeable. A smartphone battery uses 10 grams of refined cobalt. An electric car needs 15 kilograms, 33 pounds. Goldman Sachs says cobalt is the new gasoline, but there are no signs of new wealth in the DRC. The children just haul the rocks brought up from the tunnel by hand, breathing the dust. Adult miners dig up to 600 feet below the surface. They don't wear protective clothing or they don't use modern machinery. Sometimes the children are sent down to the narrow makeshift chambers where there's constant danger of collapse. Cobalt is such a health hazard, it has a respiratory disease named after it. Cobalt lung, a form of pneumonia which causes coughing, leading to permanent incapacity and even death. Simply eating vegetables grown in the local soil can cause vomiting and diarrhea, thyroid damage, fatal lung disease. Bird and fish do not live in the area. No one knows how many children have died mining cobalt. The UN estimates 80 a year, but many more deaths go unregistered, their bodies buried in the rubble of collapsed tunnels. Others survive, but with chronic diseases which destroy their young lives. But at least they harvest the cobalt, 60% of the world's reserves, and at least that goes to the now governmentally mandated construction of electric cars and trucks and buses and so on. For the country of Great Britain, which plans to essentially walk away from trillions of dollars of oil energy in an effort to create cars and trucks and buses that are strikingly inefficient in comparison to their diesel and gasoline counterparts. See, there's a reason why we use gasoline and diesel. It's because it works. It works better than electric anything. Electric cars use far more energy than they ever save. When you think of all of the energy necessary to build the car in the first place, the energy it takes to charge up the batteries over and over and over again. It is an energy wasting enterprise. It doesn't come close to breaking even. A gasoline engine, when it runs, creates far more horsepower than it needs. An electric motor, when it runs, creates all the horsepower it can and immediately begins to get weaker until it finally quits. There's no free lunch. At some point, you have to have a fuel that is strong enough to turn a machine that creates electricity that can be transmitted to a place that can be used to charge a battery that can be used to drive a car for 75 miles. 75 miles. This will never work. The same people that want electric cars, for whatever reason, would fight tooth and nail against nuclear power plants when nuclear power plants are about the only way you could make electric cars work. How much coal would you have to burn? How much natural gas would you have to burn? How much oil would you have to use in an oil-fired power plant to be able to give enough battery power to move all of the industry in Great Britain? The answer is there's just not enough electricity in the world. And that is exactly what Great Britain is going to find out. This is, again, complete sophistry of the left. It won't work. There is more contained energy in diesel fuel than there is in a battery. That is why you see a locomotive charged with hauling huge amounts of tonnage of all kinds of things. Ironically enough, say coal. The diesel engines don't power the locomotive. They power a generator. The generator nourishes the batteries. The batteries power the traction motors. The traction motors move the locomotives. And that is the most efficient way to move the greatest amount of weight, the furthest distance. It is the best way of doing it. You know why? How do we know? Because that's what people who move vast quantities of everything across the land, that's what they know. They've learned it the hard way. They've tried everything they could do. Diesel electric locomotives are absolutely the very best possible use of energy that it generates itself ever. Now, why do we use that stuff for our cars? Well, because we don't need to. Because a gasoline engine can do all the things that an electric motor can. Yes, a gasoline engine could run a generator, which could then run an electric motor, or a battery bank, which could run the electric motor, and so on and so on. Yes, that could happen, but it's not necessary. It's extra weight. It makes the cars extra heavy, which requires more energy to move them. When in reality, you can take a 4-cylinder engine, put it in a medium-sized car, no generator except to recharge the battery necessary to start the thing to begin with. One engine instead of two, the gasoline engine and the electric motor. You don't need the electric motor. You can simply power the car with the gasoline engine. And the reason that works is because it's the most efficient way to run the whole shebang. And we know that because people who move cars, who drive cars, have proven it over and over and over again. What are we seeing? We're seeing a left, a political left, with absolutely zero interest in maintaining the status quo or improving the status quo, wanting to indeed destroy the status quo in favor of a less economic, less efficient, less usable system. And these people call themselves progressives. Progressive what? With more progress like that, we'll be back in caves in no time. But who knows? Maybe that's what they want. What I want you to take away from this radio broadcast is that they may be public nuisances. I want to know just exactly what somebody from the American political left would think of themselves if they could unblind themselves long enough to realize that they're making fools of themselves at every turn. The barest self-awareness should do it. If you catch yourself beating somebody over the head with a statement you know that's not true, or should know that's not true, maybe you're poisoned with Kool-Aid. Maybe you should stop. Maybe what you should do is be more critical. Maybe what you should do is you should ask for more proof. I know that's what I'm doing with this Russian collusion story. I'm patiently awaiting the discovery of a crime, which I will dutifully report on this, the Wells Report on 660 AM The Answer. Back with more in just a moment.
Back in 1993, Medishare was known as the best-kept secret in healthcare. But not anymore. Today, there are hundreds of thousands of Americans who've discovered what us long-timers have known since the beginning. Medishare is affordable healthcare that really works. The great thing is, we're not an insurance company. We're a nonprofit community. Hundreds of thousands of honest, hardworking people who agree to share each other's medical bills. Every share goes to help a fellow member. And when we say affordable, we mean it's common for our members to save upwards of $500 a month. Best of all, Medishare is always open. You can join anytime. So how about now? Isn't it time you joined Medishare?
Call 844-41-BIBLE to find out how much you can save on your healthcare. Medishare, now available in Montana. Call 844-41-BIBLE. That's 844-41-BIBLE.
Hey, everybody, Mark Davis with news from the world of foundation repair and what a busy world that is. I want to tell you about the folks I have used, Abacus Foundation Repair. They've been serving North Texas with the highest quality foundation repair solutions for 17 years. It's all about peace of mind. You don't want foundation problems. When they're solved, you want them solved right. You want an elite state-of-the-art solution for your home, and they've got it. Abacus Foundation Repair, Millennium Composite Pilings, the only DFW foundation repair contractor that has this advanced system. And here's something they want you to know. They have an A+ from the Better Business Bureau and a lifetime warranty insured by a $2 million products and services policy per project. $2 million backing up their work. You can be 100% certain your foundation will be repaired right the first time. So get in touch, 972-406-9000. Call the right company first. Abacus Foundation Repair. Count on them. Get it? AbacusFoundationRepair.com, 972-406-9000.
Message and data rates may apply. Please don't text while driving.
Your logo is your brand, your reputation. It's your most valuable asset. So what's the best thing to do with it? Give it away. When the experts at 4imprint put your logo on the right promotional products, giving those items away can make a lasting impression, empower your brand, and attract new customers. In fact, we'll prove it by revealing the top 3 promotional items for driving new customers absolutely free. Simply text the keyword GIVE to 642-642. We don't just print your logo. We're here to help you every step of the way. The 4imprint team can make your logo shine on your choice of thousands of promotional items, all delivered on time at great prices with free art assistance and outstanding customer service that's second to none. Want to turn your logo into profit? Give it away. Discover the top 3 promotional items for driving new customers absolutely free by texting GIVE to 642-642. That's GIVE to 642-642.
Hey, everybody, Mark Davis. It's going to be a long, hot summer of conservative battles as we try to get things done that we were looking to achieve in the election of President Trump. And as we move through the summer with challenges around every corner, there's something you and I can do. There's something I do every day, and you can join me, and that's being a Patriot Mobile customer. PatriotMobile.com/Mark for special offers just for you, or 1-800-A-PATRIOT. What is the difference you make when you sign up with Patriot Mobile? Well, if you're in bed with Big Mobile right now, your money went to Hillary for president. Goes to all kinds of causes on the left, and that stops. They only contribute to conservative causes and candidates at Patriot Mobile, and we as customers get to pick them. So learn more at 1-800-A-PATRIOT and patriotmobile.com/Mark. Learn about the fantastic plans. You're going to get great customer service, same phone selection, bring over your same phone number, and save a bunch with Patriot Mobile. Learn more and move conservatism downfield. patriotmobile.com/Mark, patriotmobile.com/Mark, or 1-800-A-PATRIOT.
Are you suffering with hearing loss? Are you sick of people constantly complaining that your TV is too loud? Are you tired of asking people to speak up? Would you like to hear more clearly, but you don't want to wear a hearing aid that makes you look old? Then you need to try Listen Clear, a life-changing breakthrough designed by top audio engineers to fit your ear almost invisibly. Listen Clear is fully adjustable, so you can find the perfect way to hear almost everything, wherever you are and whatever you're doing. And right now, you can try Listen Clear absolutely free with free shipping. We'll even give you free batteries for life. So call now, 1-855-568-4327. Listen Clear is lightweight and completely hassle-free, and it's practically invisible. Call for your risk-free home trial with free shipping and free batteries for life. For free information, call now, 1-855-568-4327. That's 1-855-568-4327. 1-855-568-4327.
This is 660 AM. The Answer. The Wells Report. Must hear radio on 660 AM. The Answer.
I remember moving north of the Mason-Dixon line for a short time and discovering what was known as a mud room. A mud room was a place where you walked in and you basically stood on a steel grate over the ground and kicked off the mud that was caked all over your boots. And you kept it from tracking mud into your house. You had a little bench there. You sat down, you put on a pair of house shoes, and everything was great and all was right with the world. Well, now there's anger rooms. Smashing things. It's a room where you walk in and you got old appliances, televisions, furniture, stuff like that. You take a baseball bat and you just destroy things. The cool thing about addressing an instinct, yeah, everybody's got one. Nothing beats taking an aluminum baseball bat and putting it through the picture tube of an old television. The Wrecking Club is not the first rage-based enterprise. Politics. Okay, not necessarily. Last fall, they opened one of these in Dallas. Clients showed up by the hundreds to batter human effigies of Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. The best part about it is people like me were beating up both of them. The executive producer of the Wells Report is Vicki Steifer. Technical director, conductor of the Wells Report Orchestra is Magic Matt Sweeney. My name is John David Wells. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. We'll see you again tomorrow for another edition of the Wells Report.
This is Albert Mogler for townhall.com. There are still very important lessons to learn from the life and the death of little Charlie Gard. Over the course of the last several weeks, no story has been as important as the tragedy of this little baby in the United Kingdom with a rare mitochondrial disease. His story first came to world attention when his parents made a public appeal to the people of Britain and all around the world of the fact that they were no longer able to make decisions on behalf of their infant son and his health treatments. Columnist Charles Krauthammer put his finger exactly on the issue when he wrote, quote, "There is only one real question. What's best for Charlie? But because he can't speak for himself, we resort to a second question. Who is to speak for him?" Yes, that is exactly the question. And it has to be answered with parents, not with the medical establishment, nor with the government. That's what's at stake in this tragedy, and we dare not forget it. I'm Albert Mohler.
Hi, you may recognize my voice. For years, I've been doing the commercials for Vein Clinics of America. The really funny thing is I had bulging varicose and spider veins for years and didn't do anything about it. There were whole summers I'd play the cover-up game and suffer because I didn't want to wear shorts or skirts. Listen, when your veins are bulging out the back of your legs, you don't want people to see. It's embarrassing and painful. So I finally did something and I went to Vein Clinics of America. It was so much easier than I thought. My treatments only took about an hour and I went right back to work. And now I'm wearing shorts and my legs look and feel amazing. Best of all, my insurance covered the procedure. So stop hiding. Call Vein Clinics of America now. They're the best. They're the largest, and they've been helping people restore their legs for over 35 years. There's absolutely no reason to suffer any longer. Call Vein Clinics now for your free fast-track consultation. Call 800-780-1975. 800-780-1975. That's 800-780-1975.
Lately, people have been asking, with the stock market at record highs, should I take my gains and get out, or will the market continue to go up? If you're retired or retiring soon, the most important thing is to be properly positioned to take advantage of gains when possible, while having a protective strategy in your plan in case of a crash. Don't miss the free Money Matters Retirement Seminar in Rockwall Saturday or Fort Worth August 17th. Please reserve now at moneymatters.net. That's moneymatters.net, or call 800-994-0302.
This is 660 AM, The Answer. A service of Salem Media Group on the NASDAQ as SALM. KSKY, Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. 660 AM, The Answer.
Fox News Radio, I'm Rich Dennison. North Korea says it will have a plan in place to attack Guam by the middle of the month, then wait for directives from Kim Jong-un. Guam's governor, Eddie Bazacalvo, says residents of the U.S. territory are concerned, but there's no panic.
We encourage everyone to go through their lives and live them like you would do any other day.
North Korea calling President Trump's warning of fire and fury against the regime as a load of nonsense. We're now learning of a pre-dawn FBI raid last month on the Virginia home of former Trump campaign manager Paul Manafort.
This suggests that special counsel Robert Mueller is turning up the heat on Manafort because federal agents went into his Alexandria home one day after Manafort had met voluntarily with members of the Senate Intelligence Committee.
Fox's Ed Henry at the White House. Fox News. We report, you decide.
This is 660 AM, The Answer.
Hi, I'm Rick Foster with Guardian Financial Management and the host of Plain Talk No Worries Financial Hour. Heard right here on 660 AM at 4 o'clock every Saturday. Do you know why the stock market did so well in the 80s and 90s and why there have been 2 major crashes in the last 16 years? You need to know the reasons why so you can make the right decisions for your family. Listen to Plain Talk No Worries here every Saturday at 4 o'clock and we will pull back the curtains and show you the truth. That's 4 o'clock on Saturday right here on 660 AM The Answer.
This is Albert Mogler for townhall.com. There are still very important lessons to learn from the life and the death of little Charlie Gard. Over the course of the last several weeks, no story has been as important as the tragedy of this little baby in the United Kingdom with a rare mitochondrial disease. His story first came to world attention when his parents made a public appeal to the people of Britain and all around the world of the fact that they were no longer able to make decisions on behalf of their infant son and his health treatments. Columnist Charles Krauthammer put his finger exactly on the issue when he wrote, quote, "There is only one real question. What's best for Charlie? But because he can't speak for himself, we resort to a second question. Who is to speak for him?" Yes, that is exactly the question. And it has to be answered with parents, not with the medical establishment, nor with the government. That's what's at stake in this tragedy, and we dare not forget it. I'm Albert Mohler.
For windows, siding, doors, and more, it's Best Buy Windows and Siding.
Best Buy Windows and Siding owner Dax Kurtz and his team have been installing custom replacement windows for over 25 years. Ken, what's the difference between composite and vinyl windows?
Composite windows are going to cost you $1,500 or more each. So if you're paying more than $395 per window, you're paying way too much.
Why choose vinyl windows?
Vinyl is the most preferred and cost-efficient window in the United States. We have never had a vinyl frame failure. Plus, Best Buy vinyl windows carry a lifetime warranty.
So, Ken, what's the deal?
It's real simple. We're offering 10 double-pane single-hung windows for $39.50. And 10 triple pane windows for $49.50.
Don't pay $1,500 for a window when you can buy the same quality window for $395.